Nah, I don't think so.
I do maintain that if I got killed by O.J. Simpson, it would be the biggest sports story. It would be, not to sound egotistical.
That did sound egotistical.
But it would be a pretty massive deal.
On today's Part of My Take, we've got a twofer for the people. Tyson Fury on the show ahead of his big fight on Saturday night. And then we have something a little different. Professional bull rider Ezekiel Mitchell in studio. We also have Thursday Night Football, crazy Seahawks game. We have the Week 5 preview, Fantasy Fuckboys, and Firefest of the Week. A little Football Friday. Let's get it going. Before we do that, we're brought to you by our friends at Cross Country Mortgage. Cross Country Mortgage is much like us at Barstool, a people-first group of people. They are dedicated to the fundamentals of mortgage lending, which results in a fast, convenient, and less stressful home financing or refinancing experience. Rates are unbelievably low right now. Don't pay the bank more money than you need to. If you're wasting your money renting, you can probably afford a mortgage, and you can do it with Cross Country Mortgage. Or if you're a homeowner right now, you can refinance with Cross Country Mortgage. Rates are at all-time lows. They may never get this low again. So call today for a fast, free rate quote. Our partners will save you a lot of money. Call today, and our friends at Cross Country Mortgage will give you a free home valuation that is free just for calling. Just like the all-star athlete, Cross Country Mortgage pushes themselves through the entire lending process. If they get blocks, they figure out ways to get around the ball or get the ball over the line. So go to crosscountrymortgage.com/barstool to learn more about your future home buying experience or refinance your current mortgage. Cross Country Mortgage LLC, NMLS 3029, all loans subject to underwriting approval, www.nmlsconsumeraccess.org. Okay, let's go. Welcome to Part of My Take, brought to you by Cross Country Mortgage. Go to crosscountrymortgage.com/barstool right now. Today is Friday, October 8th, and holy shit, just when you think the Seahawks can't top themselves, we had everything. We had double punts. We had double fingers being broken. We had Geno Smith. God damn it, do the Seahawks rule in primetime.
Yeah, as our friend Kevin Clark puts it, the Seahawks have never played a regular game, but even still, they find ways to put new squares on the bingo card. If you thought that the Seahawks could do everything, guess what? We've got a double punt. We've got, two quarterbacks with broken fingers, and we have the live Seahawk landing on a guy's head in the stands, which is probably the most normal thing that happens.
Yeah,
but the double punt was something I never thought I would see in a game outside of one that David Culley coached. But holy shit, that was the best play of the night.
It was incredible. Well, we have to shout out Geno Smith for going 98 yards, and we knew the pick was coming because Geno Smith was feeling himself. But yeah, the double punt, incredible. The way he scooped it, Listen, we like Mike Pereira, but he got that one wrong because we all were sitting there. We all were screaming, punt it again. And when he punted it again, they threw a flag. I think the refs were just like, sometimes the refs throw flags where they're like, holy shit, that play was so awesome. We need a minute to figure out if it was legal or not.
Yeah, let's collect our thoughts after what we just saw. We'll buy ourselves a minute of discussion time after the fact.
And the Seahawks, like, in terms of the game, it was clear that Matt Stafford was off because he had a finger broken. Then the Seahawks are leading. Russell Wilson breaks his finger, like the middle finger is just completely bent in half. That game felt like it was winnable for the Seahawks. Then it went away because Russell Wilson gets hurt. Then Geno Smith brings it back from the dead. But a big win for obviously the Rams. They win in a way that's, tough to win in the division, tough to win on the short week, tough to win on the road. But yeah, Matt Stafford's finger, he did not look good. And he also threw in the classic Deshaun Jackson, just getting free deep down the field.
I was about to say that Deshaun Jackson play actually had everything that we love about Deshaun Jackson in a single play. He burns his cornerback, gets open, makes a catch often where he adjusts at the last minute to a ball, outruns everybody, and then stops short of the goal line, and then also looks like he's got a pulled hamstring.
Yeah.
All in the same play is a complete experience.
And shout out our coworkers, Jack McCarthy and Evan Basenko. I think I got that right, but I just call him Ebo. Nicknaming Jamal Adams Blitz Boy, which is the best nickname ever because if he's not blitzing, he's not productive on the field.
He's like a chess piece that can only do one thing. Like DK Metcalf is a chess piece. He's the rook. He runs straight. Jamal, or
Blitz boy.
Blitz boy. He crowds the line of scrimmage.
Yep.
He wears sick armbands.
Tons
and
of
then
them.
he's excellent in run support, which is, I guess, what they traded to for first round picks for. We should give a little bit of credit to Rex Ryan, though.
Yes.
Because drafting Geno Smith is that's one more plot point, one more data point on why Rex Ryan scored the highest score ever on creativity and problem solving in the history of the state of Maryland.
it was just like, it was nice to see Geno Smith. The Geno Smith was one of those guys I thought I'd never have to think about again. You know what I mean? He just
That's when he gets
that
you.
name is never going to come back up in my life. And then boom, there he is, 98 yards. I think Geno Smith, I think he might be a franchise quarterback.
So this is like the first time that we've really seen Russ Wilson get hurt. And
yes.
Yeah, right? Like he doesn't miss time.
He's gotten hurt, but he's never missed time.
Right,
yes.
he's had some ribs, I think, in the past. He's been nicked.
A few ribs.
He's been nicked in the past. But yeah, we might get an extended stay from Geno Smith back in the national consciousness, which I'm very much looking forward to.
Although, yeah, I guess, yeah, I mean, it was a pretty gruesome broken finger. And I know that they had to run the ball on third down and long after Russ hurt his finger, but the Seahawks like to do that. They did it in the first half, too. Their play calling remains a complete mystery to any sense.
Pete Carroll is still in the process of establishing the run, and having Geno Smith, we are going to get a healthy dose of either Alex Collins or Chris Carson if he comes back. The run has never been established like it's about to be established.
Like I got it because Russ Wilson gets hurt. You don't want to like make him throw there. You get off the field, assess the injury. But they did do it in the first half, where it's like if there's one team that you would say can pick up a third and long, it's the Seahawks, because they have guys that just they that's what they do. They rip big plays. They actually aren't good at like 6-yard plays.
Right.
They're good at bombs and short runs.
And DK looked awesome tonight. Just keep feeding DK and you'll be okay.
Geno and DK got a little bit of a connection.
They have some chemistry. They have almost like a Breakfast Club type chemistry going on out there.
Yeah, Cooper Kupp also had a big game.
Very big game.
Yeah, he the Breakfast Club lives on.
Do you think that when the Seahawks wear their all action green, which I like seeing it out there. It's Color Rush Thursday. I like it on a Thursday night.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily like it on a Sunday afternoon. It looks gross in the sun.
In the light of day, it's a whoa. What are you doing here?
Yeah,
buddy?
It's like we have beer goggles on when we're watching it. They're the last chick at the bar. They look pretty good.
It's like when you wear like a button-down shirt to work, and I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, there's some things that like during the day you just shouldn't dress up.
Yeah. So I think I like the action green uniforms, but don't you think that it makes it easier on the opposing quarterback if the defense is wearing highlighters? Like you can see where the cornerbacks are. There's no blending in. There's no hiding.
Yes.
When you're wearing the action green. And the other note that I had on the game was we did get a doink. We got a doink out of it. Except the doinks, I don't know if it's my ears changing as I get older, but they're sounding more like bonks these days. It's
I thought
deeper.
Sunday's doink was a real nice doink.
Yeah, but it's like a deep. It's like a bonk, not a doink. A doink
I see what
is
you're
like
saying.
more like a ping. And I just think that if the ball hits the upright, it should be a live ball after that.
Agreed.
And you should be allowed to pick it up and run it into the end zone for a touchdown.
Yes. All right, other things we had. The U.S. is back to being the best soccer team in the world.
Pepe is only 18.
Yep, he's a fucking wagon, so made easy work of Jamaica. And then we had playoff baseball. So, Wednesday night was a dramatic Cardinals-Dodgers game, walk-off, 3-1 win for the Dodgers. It sucks because Cardinals were actually my pick to win the World Series, so I feel bad about that.
You've been saying for a long time.
I thought it was their year.
This Cardinals team is different.
Yeah, I really did think it was their year.
Had clutch hits the entire winning streak.
And then 0 for 11 and runners in scoring position.
This has got to be the loss that stings the hardest for Cardinals fans out there, because this team was going places.
And Pujols marches on.
Yeah, wouldn't that be something if Pujols came up big in the postseason?
That was quite a move to pinch hit him there.
Yes, a little gamesmanship. And then today we had the White Sox they got smoked by the Astros. That was a 6-1 game is a smoking in the playoffs. But quick turnaround. They got a game tomorrow. I don't know. I mean, it does kind of feel like
you want the
Astros,
White Sox to do well?
So what I told our friend Tom Fernelli, and I told all the White Sox fans in my life, I'm rooting for the White Sox until they start to annoy me, which could happen at any moment. You know what I mean? It's like you want them to do well until they say some shit, and then it's like, nah, fuck that. So it could happen tonight. It could happen tomorrow. It could happen. You know what I mean? It's basically just a ticking time bomb of how long I can be like, oh yeah, it'd be nice if they did well.
I would really
I think that's a fair way to do it. Like, essentially when
that's how I root for like whatever team is out there that I don't actively root for during the season.
Right. Whenever you're rooting and your team's not involved, you essentially are like, which team will piss me off the least?
Yep.
Like the Rays winning the World Series would be a great thing for America because no one would care. Right?
So I'm hoping that we get at least one point where it's Dusty Baker and La Russa jawing at each other.
Yeah.
Like, old friends that have been drinking at the same bar. Maybe they live like 2 doors down from each other for the last 60 years.
Yeah.
And they love each other. But at the same time, if they get to feuding, if someone borrows the other guy's mower and doesn't return it in a timely fashion, they're going to be ornery at each other.
Yes.
That's what I want to see.
Yes, just jawing at each other.
Maybe fight. Maybe have them fight it out of the
That
field.
would be a slow motion fight. And then the Rays beat the Red Sox in Game 1.
Still home.
Randy Arozarena. First of all, his name's Randy, which is so awesome. Like you don't get a lot of the only Randy we have in our life right now is Fat Randy.
Randy Bobandy.
Randy Moss, obviously electric, but any guy named Randy is like it's just kind of a funny thing that's added to it. That was an electric steal of home.
Any steal of home.
And he hit a home run. But stealing home in the playoffs, it wasn't like any little hijack. It was a straight up he stole home.
Balls to the wall.
Yeah, like that's you see that maybe once or twice a year where it's like nothing weird happened, no one got distracted. It was a straight up I'm going to steal home on your ass.
We also have like a stadium infrastructure battle going on between the Red Sox, obviously with the Green Monster that had a big showing, and then the Tropicana roof. The roof at the Trop is so weird.
One is a wall,
and
one is a surface that is like ever moving, and
it's
like,
a roof.
No, but like some of the roof is in place. Some of the roof is a home
catwalk.
run.
The Trop is by far and away, not even close, the dumbest stadium we have in American sports. And I kind of like it because it is so stupid.
Yeah,
like, there was probably 3 or 4
chaos.
times during that game where there were just outfielders looking up being like, don't know where the ball is.
That stadium was designed by somebody that grew up watching cricket, that has no idea how baseball is played.
Yeah,
and where things could come into play and affect the course of an actual batted ball.
It's like it was designed by a guy who worked on like the remember when NFL was it NFL 2K when they had what was the NFL game that came out that was like
Blitz.
against Madden? No, not Blitz. There was one.
There's 2K.
2K.
There's a
2K,
rivalry.
yeah. And it was like a little bit off. Everything was a little off.
Yeah, it's like the guy that got fired, the assistant that got fired when they were building the Marlins Stadium, was hired to build the Tropicana. Oh, we could get Tropicana versus Minute Maid.
Ooh.
They have the A ring, the B ring,
what is it now?
and the C ring.
It's not Minute Maid anymore. Is
Yeah,
it Minute Maid
still
still?
is.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
there we go.
The OJ battle.
Oh, nice.
Put the knives away.
So then we got all baseball tomorrow.
Yeah.
You still follow him on Twitter? Or he blocked
No,
you?
OJ blocked me on
He
Twitter.
blocked- he
Yeah,
blocked you.
Probably for the best.
Yeah, that is definitely for the best.
Let's get him on this.
Definitely.
Although
We've been offered, and we were like, nah, I don't think so.
I do maintain that if I got killed by OJ Simpson, it would be the biggest sports story. It would be, not to sound egotistical,
That did sound egotistical.
but it would be a pretty
Yeah.
massive deal.
Yes. No, I think we were. There was maybe
They asked
4
us to like
years
bail
ago?
him out of jail.
They said- it was a deal.
It was a natty light deal, and they said, "Hey, we want you to go drive Vanny Woodhead to the prison that OJ
Yes,
Simpson's
and
in,
interview
and
him.
pick him up.
Be
from
his
jail when
first interview.
from when he gets out, and interview him with a case of natty light in
And
the
we're
back."
like,
And
I
we're
don't
like,
think so.
Were we in like Vegas?
No, we were gonna drive to wherever his jail was, and we were like, I don't think so.
we're like, God, I don't think. Yeah, his son's a murderer.
Let him
so
Also, let him do a couple interviews first. Yeah.
That was a Billy reference.
Yeah.
I don't actually think that.
But
Yes, you
there's
do.
a lot of facts.
If it wasn't him, who was it?
He's trained in hand-to-hand knife combat.
Oh,
Yeah,
boom.
there you go.
Like, come on.
Aren't you?
Say less.
No, he is.
The glove
But
didn't
aren't you
fit.
as well?
I don't deal with knives.
But no, wait. Your hands.
I'm not a knife guy,
But your hands are weapons.
technically, till the end of the year.
So if anyone gets murdered, you would be the first we think of.
No. Blunt force trauma.
Would you challenge OJ to rough and rowdy?
Actually, I'd beat the. She's looking old.
There
He's
you go.
Well, he's not looking
Some street
old. He
justice.
is old. Like if
He
you
won
get
the
over
Heisman Trophy in like
if you're
1965.
over 70 years old, I don't think you can say he's looking old.
Yeah.
anymore.
Like-
it's just he is an old.
No, it's like there's a lot of almost like there's some guilt or something that's weighing his face down.
I don't need to be committing elder abuse again.
By the way, so we're gonna get to our NFL preview in a second, but just a little time travel for you. Billy did bring in the cookie, and it was garbage.
It was
Beyond.
No, I didn't have the
It wasn't
right.
even a cookie.
I didn't have the
Yeah.
right.
You'll find
tools.
out. You'll find out at the end of the show what we're referring to. But
It was
yeah,
not well,
yeah.
It didn't even qualify
I
as
had
a
to
cookie.
cook it in a pizza
It
oven.
was garbage. It was garbage.
It doesn't cook right in a pizza
You could have
oven.
cooked it.
it's still hot, right?
You want me to
Actually,
cook it
a
at
pizza
home?
oven is designed to bake things like cookies.
Yeah.
No, because it cooks from the top.
I don't know if that's true.
Anyway,
Okay, let's get to our NFL preview, Week 5 preview. Okay, before we get to the weekend preview, Sling TV. Yes, Sling TV, sling.com/barstool. If you don't know about Sling, you are a dummy because Sling is the best. Sling.com/barstool to sign up now. And you get your first month starting at $10 if you love watching live sports. I'm guessing you do. But you're tired of the high prices. It's time to take control of your TV experience. It's time for you to get Sling. Sling is the place where your favorite channels, including ESPN, Red Zone, SEC Network, Golf Channel, FS1, TNT, NBC Sports Network, and more, all come together for less. This is a great deal if you're a sports fan. It's all there, and it's less than what you're paying right now. So Sling is super easy to set up. It's easy to use. There's no contracts. It starts at just $35 a month. Sign up now. Get your first month for just $10. Whatever you're into, football, basketball, baseball, hockey, tennis, soccer, golf, Sling is where you can find live sports you love all in one place for less. Also, the new Barstool Sports channel is on Sling. You can watch the Brandon Walker College Football Show presented by Brandon Walker. I think also the College Football Show, which is going to be live from Virginia Tech this week, will be on Sling. Everything is there. Sling TV has the sports. Sling TV has the Barstool Sports channel. There'll be new originals coming. It is a great, great deal. Sign up right now, sling.com/barstool. You sign up, first month's $10. See if you like it. You're going to love it. I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to love it, but it's worth at least trying it out for $10 the first month. So go right now, sling.com/barstool to sign up now and get your first month starting at $10. Just $10, all the sports you love, and the Barstool Sports channel with Barstool Originals, all on Sling TV, slingtv.com/barstool. Sign up right now. Okay, Week 5 of the NFL season. We're already at Week 5, which is a third-ish through the season.
It's like 4.12.
Yes.
It would be a quarter of the way. I'm trying to do the quarter math where you break it down, which we used to be able to do with 16 games. Now it's 17. It's fucking up my whole divide the season in quarter strategy.
Yes, it really does fuck everything up. It also feels like the week that we will get to eliminate some teams, some 1-3 teams that if they don't have a good showing or win the game, I think you can kind of say that's probably over.
Yeah, there's always those stats that come out that say like if you start the season 1-3 or 1-4 or 0-2. Week 2 is really the big one where it's like 70% of 2-0 teams make the playoffs and 30% of 0-2 teams or something like that. But yeah, if you're 1-4 at this point,
Tough.
you're done.
It's tough. You're done. Stick a fork in you. Okay. So let's do our picks and we'll preview the games. Jake, give us an update real quick on the Drive to Survive. Is that what we're calling it?
Drive to LA?
That's the F1, right? We should just co-opt that and just have everyone start talking about it. Drive to Survive. Drive to LA. Survive in LA. To live and die in LA.
What about the drive to the 405?
Ooh, I like that. The drive to the 405. So give us the updated standings.
Yeah, so Billy and Big Cat 3-1 last week. We had Liam go 2-2, or Hank go 2-2. PFT and Liam 1-3. Ofer.
Oh, Jake.
Ofer for me. So I am 5-11. Liam 6-10. PFT 8-8. Billy 9-7. Hank and Big Cat tied at 11-5.
Here we go.
You want to be the loser
Best
here.
out of 3?
Sure.
Rock,
paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper,
Hank?
scissors, shoot. Rock,
Tie?
paper, scissors, shoot. Rock,
Tie?
paper, scissors, shoot.
Fuck, got
Big
it.
Cat?
So me and Hank.
So you and Hank.
Tea
Wow,
times.
that
Tea
would
times.
be.
Yeah, but I said that, and then I realized it's the winner, so we wouldn't even be able to. I was thinking,
Yeah.
because I don't think I was on a live stream or something. I was talking about the potential scenarios, and I was like, if it was me and Jake, we would just set really early tee times and like golf in the morning.
In
That's this.
February?
I'm
Okay.
talking
Okay.
out.
Stop
I'm
in
talking
Vegas.
about. I said we would set really early tee times, golf in the morning, and then drive for the rest of the day. and then
Everyone was like,
someone was like, it's it's gonna be in
It's gonna be
February.
winter time.
February,
Yeah.
yeah.
Maybe we'll go south first.
Yeah.
"Oh, you
Yeah,
just
like birds
yeah.
migrate down.
Yeah, just
go
go-
Florida I-10
and then,
all the way
hug
across.
the wall."
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I like that. Yeah,
Yeah,
stay
so
right
hoping
on
to
it.
bounce back this week, but no guarantees.
Jake, you can always, when you stink at picking games, you can always be like, "This is why play-by-play guys don't pick the game."
I was about to say it's a little distasteful that Jake even picks these games
Yep.
against the spread, acknowledging the gambling.
Well, if I
Yes.
call one of them,
Yes.
oh,
Okay, that's fair.
All right, but let's get into it. Let's talk some football. Let's talk some preview. I'm very excited for this weekend. Not the best slate, but it has the best game. I would say, probably. I'm going to say right now, the best game that we've had this season.
Jets Falcons.
Not Jets Falcons London, which is a terrible, terrible game, which I'm going to enjoy. But the Chiefs Bills Sunday night game is that. That is the best game so far this season. It feels like, right?
Yeah, I think it's the best game. Like, I have a very short-term memory. I'm like a goldfish, and it's the best game that I can remember during the regular season.
Yes.
Do you think it will get better ratings than last week?
No. What, does it have an Adele theme song?
Does Buffalo?
I feel like, but it's such a big draw still.
Yeah, no, it will be close, I think. It actually will be close. It is a very big draw.
I think you had non-football fans watching.
Yeah, that's
last
true.
week.
Exactly.
That's true.
It's for the same reason that they did the Ed Sheeran concert at week 1.
Correct.
To bring in a new
Yeah.
audience.
Correct.
The NFL needs to break something out to make this game equal last week's ratings because, yeah, the storyline going into last week was that transcended sports.
It needs to probably be a Cowboys game too. Like that feels like it's whenever the Cowboys. That's whenever people complain about the Cowboys being on Sunday night or Monday Night Football. Well, they always do the best ratings. Sorry. Okay, Hank, why don't you start us off? Let's start with favorites, and we'll preview every game.
My favorite's going to be the Packers.
Oh, okay.
-3 against the Bengals.
Minus three against the Bengals. You're right, Jake. We're going to reference the spread and who they're playing. It seems kind of like a rat line. It seems like it should be a little bit higher for the Packers. I do just think it's one of those games. I love Joe Burrow, love the Bengals. Thought they played well against the Jags, but it's the Jags. I just, I see this being like a 10-point, never in doubt.
Interesting.
Aaron Rodgers kind of dominates game.
Couple of things. I believe
Defense.
Jair Alexander's out. I believe.
I'm not-
He is
I
the
can't
best
confirm
player
that
on the
data
Packers
point.
defense. I'm going to look it up. Maybe someone look it up
I
for
think
me.
their top 2 defensive players are out.
Matt LaFleur did say with the 1 o'clock kick start, not prime time, not in the afternoon, you got to wake up with your piss hot, which I love. I have a friend who used to be the strength and conditioning coach at Vanderbilt and Georgia Tech, and he would always talk about how you got to wake up with your piss hot. And that's just a very football guy thing to say.
A strength and conditioning coach that can take on a second meaning though.
Yeah, that's
if you're
true.
If you're pissing hot, but yeah, it's your body's way of making coffee. Is just
Yes.
You heat up the piss, you wake up with a boiling bladder. I like that too. I like LaFleur. Now it's in Cincinnati, right?
It is.
So it's on the road. We know Aaron Rodgers isn't going to be sticking around to spend extra time with his family after the game. So that's a big plus sign for him as opposed to Urban Meyer.
Yep, that's true.
Could be a couple weeks. Could be season ending, but
Oh,
probably out.
That's a shame. Did they pick up? They picked up Jalen Smith.
They got Jalen Smith. Who is,
Okay.
I think he's healthy. He was like a healthy cut by the Cowboys. They still owe him a lot of money, and like the big question with him is always going to be have his knee nerves regenerated fully.
Yes.
From the gross injury he had when he was at Notre Dame. But apparently they just cut him because they didn't want to pay him, and they have some good players coming in at linebacker.
Yes.
So I think he instantly becomes the best player on the Packers defense.
I'd agree. This game to me has a weird memory. I'm just going to throw out there. I remember it. I'm looking it up right now, but I vividly remember 2005 Packers playing at the Bengals and Favre trying to throw a pass when he was like 10 yards past the line of scrimmage, and I remember watching it and being like, thank God Favre is finally done. And then he still went to I think 2 NFC championship games with the Packers and the Vikings.
and stopped over with the Jets.
Yes. So I remember though watching that game and being like, "Oh my God, this is awesome." Favre has lost his mind. He's terrible.
The Packers are finally going to stink now.
Yeah. No, it was a good moment. It was a good memory. So that's what I think of when I think of Packers going to the Bengals. Unfortunately, history did not work out, and the Packers have been very good since. But I will always cherish that moment. I'm trying to find it right now. Oh, yeah, he threw 5 interceptions. I'm watching the highlights right now. He threw 5 interceptions in that game, and he was just old man Favre, like the ultimate When a guy like Favre, when a gunslinger gets old, they don't realize that the line of scrimmage, you're not allowed to throw past it, and they just will have at least one or two times during the year where they'll run past the line of scrimmage and be like, I'm just making a play.
My favorite is when Ryan Fitzpatrick does it, but he pump fakes past the line of scrimmage. So he runs and he'll be like 6 or 7 yards, and then he'll fake a defender out that he's trying to run around by doing a pump fake, and you always fall for the pump fake.
Yes, you always fall
gotta
for the
jump,
pump fake.
yeah.
I'm trying to find the clip
Leave your
right
feet.
now. All right. All right, let's go. I will find the clip and I will show it to you guys if I can.
It does
because
feel
was
like
very, very funny.
It feels like a rat line though. Hank's right because +3 for the Bengals. It feels like it should be like +5.5, +6.5. But this is one of those games where they're putting a piece of cheese out there. And I took it last week with the Ravens. Felt pretty good about it. I was right last week taking the rat line, but I feel like they're setting me up to become more confident when I see those types of games. There's going to slam the trap shut on my neck.
Yes, absolutely. All right, your favorite, Liam.
My favorite is going to be Titans -4.5.
Okay.
Against the Jags. I feel like it's a sucker pick, obviously, because of Urban and everything, but whatever.
I like it
I'm a
too.
square.
I like it too. I'm big time square because it does. This one feels like an implosion game for the Jaguars. Like everything has gone wrong for them this week. They don't respect their coach, and people are talking about like how if Urban Meyer, if he was 3-1 at this point, nobody really would give a shit. It wouldn't be that big. He could be making out with Tim Tebow's girlfriend or his wife or his mom, and nobody would give a shit about that video as long as he was a winning coach in the NFL.
Yes.
But if you lose, then every time you stick your finger close to a co-ed's butthole, it's going to become news.
Yes, big time. Also, we saw the video of them doing the 1-2-3 grind on 3 to break the huddle, which was very, very funny. Feels like the team is now mocking him, which I love. Very, very funny. I like this pick too. I found the clip. I'm going to show it to you, PFT. I want you to narrate it. Okay. Also in this game, a hilarious thing happened. A fan ran on the field and stole the ball out of Favre's hand while he was going back for a pass.
Was it Aaron Rodgers?
This is with like 27 seconds left. Watch this fan. He just ran on the field and took the ball out of Favre's hand.
That's all, and then he's celebrating.
Yeah,
Does he get tackled?
I don't know if he got tackled, but PFT, this is not the play.
That's a taunting penalty.
PFT is going to narrate the play.
All right.
This is just a PMT time vault.
Okay, hang on. I'm going to have to drop the shades off.
Okay. 13 seconds.
Standardized, guys.
Yes.
I need to be able to see the screen.
I'm so happy my memory actually works sometimes.
Okay, there's old Favre with his big old sleeves, drops back. The offensive line isn't blocking.
Fake
Favre
spike.
Jumps back, pumps fake twice, runs to the left, and he's a yard short of the first down and throws it directly forward. He thought that he was actually on the schoolyard.
He was 7 yards down the field, and he underhand threw it, being like, they can't call this because no one probably saw it.
So did it get picked off?
The game ended.
Okay.
They called the flag, the game ended. But yeah, thank God my memory still works from time to time.
I love the sense of panic, though, that a quarterback gets towards the end of the game like that. And Favre's like, I've already fucked up enough. Might as well just go absolutely full send on it and do something stupid.
Yeah, and I just vividly remember being like, yes, Favre's done. That was this man is senile. Mm-hmm. And then he wasn't. All right, so what's your favorite?
I also had the Titans, yeah.
I like that. The only thing that makes me a little scared about it is like there's maybe a 10% chance that the team galvanizes against Urban. I would bet against that, but that is, you have to at least admit that could be in play.
That they're in, like, there's nothing that's uniting to a team more sometimes than their unified hatred of their coach.
Right.
And I had actually had a football coach like that in high school that said, like, retroactively after he just made us run for an entire practice for no reason, he was like, you know what I was trying to do today was to try to get you guys united behind something, and if that was fuck the head coach, then that was going to be good enough for me. It's like, no, you're just a prick.
Yes.
But
a douche.
There is a slight chance that something like that happens where some of the veterans on the team might be like, you know what, fuck the coach. We're playing for ourselves. We're playing for our next contract at this point, so let's put a little bit more effort out there.
They're pros. They care about the money. All right, my favorite, I'm going to go with Steelers. I think it's even. It's a pick 'em right now. What is it? A pick 'em?
Right now, this morning they were -1. Now they're +0.5.
Oh, shit. So I guess I
was going to take the Steelers too. But
can I take a -1? I can take a -1. Sure. Yeah.
Slide the line.
Yeah. I mean, it's just hurting myself, but that was my pick.
I'll take that.
I like them. All right. Okay. I think so. This is my personal stand my ground game where if the Steelers don't win this game, I am done not only with the Steelers this season, but done betting on them, just pretending they don't exist, because this is the game that, like, if they have any pulse left, it's a pulse check. If they have any pulse left, they will win this game. You got maybe Drew Lock playing. Denver's clearly, like, maybe not the team we thought it was because they played some shitty competition and they get beat by the Ravens at home. Steelers defense is healthy. This is a pride. Do you have any pride, Danny Game? All-time clip. That's an all-time football guy. If you don't know it, Billy, you should go look up that clip. I'm taking the Steelers.
This is a reverse Ryan Clark game. Is there anything that happens to your spleen when you go from altitude to Pittsburgh?
Yes.
Is it harder for Denver to travel on the road than it is for other teams?
French fries in your stomach weigh a little heavier.
There you go. So I kind of like the Broncos in this one because I read today that Teddy Bridgewater's practicing. He's in the protocol. If he plays, I would take the Broncos, but I'm staying away from it until I find out. Ben Roethlisberger might not play, Big Cat.
He's got a chest.
And a hip.
He's
a new injury. He's got a hip. He's probably not going to play. I would be shocked if Big Ben made it out there this weekend. I mean, good God. How much more can one body go through?
He really is. He's really just going to do the thing where he spends the entire season adding injuries, which is what he usually does. But this one is especially sad because I don't think we can pinpoint where he's gotten injured. He's just adding injuries so that when he gets worse and worse and worse, he'd be like, well, I'm more and more injured. It's not my fault.
So as you get into your mid-30s, you just start to have lingering aches all over when you wake up, and you there's like a running tally that's in the back of your head of what hurts usually when you wake up. It's not really an acute injury. It's just like, oh, your body sucks now because you're old. So what Big Ben's doing is he's taking that list that he has in his head and just saying them out loud.
Yep.
So he's like, yeah, I've got this going on. My hip hurts. Yeah, no shit, Ben. My hip hurts whenever I take a shit.
Yes.
You know, like it's just something that happens to the human body when they get old. But Big Ben does, sometimes he plays better when his back's against the wall. So maybe we get one more out of him.
This is my stand my ground. Sometimes you got to do this with teams. You got to say it's now or never. If they don't win this game, forget them for the rest of the season.
We should make a Ben Lives Matter flag. Like the flag that has the stripe down the middle.
It's a yellow stripe?
The stripe that's on the top of their helmet.
Yes, yellow stripe.
Protect Ben at all costs.
Yes. Billy.
I'm going with Buccaneers versus the Dolphins. They're -10. I think they're going to cover.
I think the Dolphins might win outright.
Yep.
Seriously?
Yep. Mm-hmm. This feels the Dolphins cannot be worse, right? And the Bucs are Super Bowl champs. They have a ton of injuries in their secondary. They're coming off a very emotional win. Tom Brady even admitted it, that he's emotionally drained. Everything went into last week. No Gronk.
Brady's sick.
And again, the Dolphins cannot look worse. Like, the Dolphins might be the worst team in the NFL, is what everyone's saying to themselves right now.
And
that's the game that I kept it out of my can't lose parlay because that's what I'm scared of that.
you know who spent years in New England studying Brady's on the offense?
Brian Flores.
That's right. He knows his number.
But Billy, that's okay because you
I'm
have
just
Also-
saying, I predicted the Chiefs were going to clown last week.
Yep.
Just clowning on everybody, and they did. Underhand passes, all sorts of stuff. I think Brady's going to have like 360 yards, 4 touchdowns.
Okay.
You think it's going to be a clown fest?
I mean, this is why
are they going to clown the
Brady-
Dolphins?
No,
And
Brady
Tom
will
Brady
not.
versus the Dolphins.
Yeah,
always
I was
weird.
gonna say, like,
it's always funky.
Tom
Dolphins
Brady is
and the
not.
Patriots, they've got their
he's
number.
not capable of clowning.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
Like, he's not going to do anything unorthodox, like underhand stuff.
I will. By the way, if Antonio Brown catches like 3 touchdowns this week, I will.
Show me
go
to the
back
bridge.
into the dark spot.
Yeah,
I moved on from that, Big Cat.
Yeah, no, I ugh.
I like.
There's
I
so
had
much.
moved on.
The worst part is, like, did I tell the story on here that the
No.
guy that on Monday morning I was walking to get coffee and a guy who's working at a construction site was like, "Hey, tough weekend." I was like, "I had a pretty good weekend gambling." He's like, "I saw the boys bet that parlay 14-1," and then he mimicked Antonio Brown dropping the ball, and I was like, "Oh my god." And there
were 2 passes. He should have caught the first one. The first one might have been even a better throw than the second.
It's bad too because I think shout out blue collar, shout out Jerry, blue collar workers, but I would say that we're somewhat popular amongst the blue collar workers, and there's a bunch of construction going around my house. So, like, even today I woke up and I was walking to get coffee, and there was another guy who was like, "What's the pick tonight, Big Cat?" And I was like, I'm gonna
I'm walking
They're
here.
gonna
Hey.
tear down my house.
No,
like they're gonna fucking put a bomb in my house
you
because
must-
I keep giving bad picks.
You must know how women feel walking past a construction site,
yeah.
having a guy catcall you by insulting your parlay that missed.
Yes.
That's worse.
Yes,
I would
it's
say
way worse.
I would much rather have a guy be like, "Hey, shake it, don't break it."
Way worse. It's also so funny when I like if you tweet a story like that and people are like that didn't happen. It's like what? Why would I? What would I? Haven't we proven after the Magnum condom video that like why would I make this up?
Hey, big cat.
You know what I mean? Like
Big cat,
what's,
I'll
what's
take
the point?
I'll take things that didn't happen for 400, Alex.
It's not like a it's not like one of those stories where you're like my kid walked in and said, you know, my 2-year-old walked in and said, "Hey daddy, why is like the earth warming?"
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's a fucking random stoolie said I saw the parlay you lost.
Hank, put down or Jake, put down the things that didn't happen, Alex, for the basic Sunday night tweets.
For
Also,
next time Rogers plays Sunday night.
yeah. Also, Hank, come on, these guys are pros, right?
Yeah.
10 points. That's a lot of points.
That's a lot of points.
They get paid to play the game too.
I might have put him in my can't lose parlay, so I actually take that.
I think I'm going to take a money line.
Yeah, I mean that's and you know
I'm gonna
what?
put him in
That's
the dog parlay too now.
that is one of those games where it is nice every now and then where you can bet a game and you'll know instantly whether you're in it or not. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like instantly you'll know. All right.
I would like to create some synergy with our bets too, so we're not clashing anymore.
Oh yeah,
it was fun.
that'd
Even
be
though
wonderful,
we lost,
Hank.
it was fun to do it together.
No, I know. I'm saying for the can't lose parlay and the hungry dog parlay.
Okay, so mine
we'll get
I
in,
do
we'll get in
not.
step.
Also,
I do not have the
all right,
Bucks, Hank.
The Bucks placed another cornerback on the injured reserve.
Oh wow.
So they're actually really banged up in the secondary.
Hank, I have for the 1:00 games. It's the Titans money line, the Patriots money line, and the Vikings money line. So if you want to do synergy, there it is. All right, let's go with our underdogs because Jake, you have the same favorite as Hank
And I have the Dolphins.
as me. Okay, got it.
I have the Dolphins.
Okay, Dolphins.
We just
Okay, there we
went
go.
over
We
all
just
the
talked
reasons
about it.
why.
Yeah. Bubba.
Lions plus 9.5. I don't know. I just keep taking them every week. I figure it's going to work out.
That
of these
one
times.
I will be on the money line as well.
Ooh.
I won't be.
Okay.
I won't put it in the parlay for.
I mean, it's
for
a lot of
Big Cat's
points.
sake,
Yeah,
but
it's a lot of
Yeah.
points.
the
They're gonna
Lions
be
are so due. They are
Their defense
beyond
is so bad.
beyond due.
I see this going completely different. I see this as the game that everyone would be like, I can't believe you ever said Kirk Cousins was bad.
Yeah, I think I
Like,
watched
this is-
them.
Yeah.
I think like week 1 is the only Lions game that I've watched, and I still just have that in my head. I'm like, oh, they
I mean,
backdoor.
it was
backdoor cover.
the comeback
But-
that they had against
Yeah.
the 49ers at the end of the game. Like if people judge games by what you do against the spread, that's right up there with that Colts comeback against the Buccaneers on Monday Night Football in
Yep.
like 2001 or whatever.
I just say, doesn't this feel like a 24 for 28, 4 touchdowns, 315-yard Kirk Cousins game where everyone's like, you guys are so wrong.
It's Kirktober, baby.
Yeah, it's Kirktober. Well, it didn't get off to a
It
great
didn't.
start.
Tough start, but
Yeah.
listen, between now and Halloween, this is where Kirk Cousins makes his next contract.
Yes. All right, PFT, your underdog.
Okay, so I do absolutely love the Dolphins. And I'm trying to think if I want to change my... No, we can't change our picks, right? All right, Dolphins.
Okay.
Dolphins.
There we go. Yeah, you can't change your pick.
I've got a secret underdog.
Let
the
me
people. I'll wait till you guys are done.
I love my underdog. 49ers plus 5.5. That feels like a lot. That you want to
see
talk about
5.
5? All right, give me 5. That's fine.
They're on it.
Hungry dog runs faster. Trey Lance looked like he had never played football before. He's got a week of practice. If there's like certain coaches that you want to trust to be like, all right, this guy, let's fit a game plan to his strengths and not make him be Jimmy Garoppolo, it is Kyle Shanahan. I also think the Cardinals are very, very good. This is not a knock on the Cardinals, although I don't think there's, besides Clue, I don't think there's any Cardinals fans that
Cortez.
will get upset about this,
Yeah.
right? But the Cardinals, like, they killed the Titans, crushed the Titans. That was incredible. They barely beat the Vikings. They barely beat the Jags. They were down 9 in the fourth quarter to the Jags, or the start of the fourth quarter, and then they crushed the Rams, which was a great game. I think you're going to get back to the letdown where it's like you see them have a big game, and then there's a little bit of a step back letdown. So still a very good team, but it just feels like the letdown.
So in the West, they have 4 very good football teams.
Correct.
Now you look at the Cardinals and you look at the Rams, and you're like, these 2 teams can outscore anybody. The Seahawks could probably outscore a lot of teams too if the setting hits them just right.
Yep.
The 49ers, they're just a team that could kick anyone's ass.
Right.
I don't know if they're going to beat anybody 40-10 this year, but from a physical standpoint, I feel like they're the most ass-kicking team in that division. They're a dangerous team. They're a more physical team than most every other. I'm trying to think of any other team in the NFC that I think can play as physical.
The Bucs defense plays very, very physical.
Yeah, D'Amico Ryans is doing a good job as the
Yeah.
defensive coordinator in San Francisco. So I like that too.
I think that this could be one of those games where Trey Lance throws the ball 12 times and the Niners rush for 260 yards.
They're going to put in the option offense that we
Yeah.
saw a couple of years ago when they had all their starting quarterbacks go down.
Yes.
And they were even having Nick Mullins play some option football.
Right.
Right. So we've got a much faster, as the crow flies, quarterback and Trey
Yep.
Lance, more dynamic athlete. I like the 49ers a lot.
It's the 49ers have the ability at any given time to be like, we're just going to run the ball down your dick for an entire, Sunday afternoon, and there's nothing you can do about
Bully ball. They're going
Yeah.
to kick some ass. Yep.
it. Billy.
Jets +3 against the Hawks.
Oh.
I think they're going to win outright.
It's the Hawks. I like that.
Yeah. I think
That
they'd
would be
be
the
favored by a
Seahawks,
little
but
bit
the
more.
Falcons.
Oh my
He's
God.
thinking Atlanta Hawks.
That always gets me. Atlanta Hawks.
Atlanta Hawks, Falcons, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, they're gonna win. There's a bunch of injuries on the.
Calvin Ridley's not making the trip, which is big for the Falcons.
Exactly.
They have another receiver that's not making the trip either.
Russell Wilson isn't playing.
Russell Wilson isn't playing for the
I'm
Hawks.
so confused right now.
Yep.
No DK.
No DK. But yeah, I like that.
I like it a lot.
I think Zach Wilson's going to have a little bit of a. He's going to have a moment. We're going to say Zach Wilson.
Also, isn't Woody Johnson, isn't their owner the ambassador to London?
Sure.
I think, at least he used
That's
to
a
be.
fact I never need to know or
He used to
even
be.
came close to knowing.
I think it's a fun fact. And, yeah, I like the Jets a lot. I think that the Jets win outright. I think they
Ooh.
go over to London, beat the shit out of them, and then thoughts and prayers to our friends over in England, our listeners in England who have to put up with this game. And then in just a couple weeks, you have to deal with the Dolphins and the Jaguars.
That's, I think, next week. Yeah.
They should just leave Urban
should
Meyer
sue.
in London.
Yeah.
Like they did with Lane Kiffin.
Yes.
Leave him on the tarmac. They should sue. England should
Although
sue
he's
us for
culturally maybe not, that might be a cultural difference of Urban Meyer just grinding up against everyone. I don't know. I don't know how they do it in London.
this. Depends if he sweats or not.
Yeah, that's true. If he doesn't sweat, he's royalty. Jake.
Bills revenge game.
Oh, all right.
2.5.
Let's talk about it. The game of the day, the game of the week. I'm so excited for this game. I do think that when is Frank Clark coming back?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Because that's kind of when you should be like start maybe betting on the Chiefs to start covering spreads. They're 1-3 against the spread. I don't know when he's coming back. So either way, I do think the Bills are going to win this game because I think the revenge factor, and also this is one of those games where it's like, which team do you trust more to get a stop? And I would put that on the Bills.
Yeah, the Chiefs' defense they're soft. They're the S word. I don't want to call them the S word because I like Tyrann Mathieu a lot. And I feel like, he's always liable to intercept at least 2 passes.
Full practice
in a
today.
game. Full
Ooh.
practice for Frank Clark.
Okay, so I might have just hurt myself with that.
The Bills are a more complete team.
Yeah, I didn't point out. Someone pointed this out to me on Monday after our Sunday recap. But the Eagles also didn't punt last week, so that tells you where. Because we talked about the Chiefs not punting, that tells you where the Chiefs' defense is. Excuse me, when the Eagles did not have to punt either. So, yeah, I Bills Mafia on Sunday night, big time. Bills
I like
Mafia.
it too.
Okay, who is up? Hank, over.
Oh, my over is the Bears Raiders.
Ooh, Justin Fields.
Another hungry dog. Hungry dog. I will be, again, I like it when we can root together. I will be betting on the Bears money line. I think if they are playing well and they win that game, it's going to be a high-scoring game.
Yeah.
Over 44.5.
And Matt Nagy, in his infinite wisdom, just going as hard as he can for Andy Dalton every single week, and then Wednesday being like, Justin Fields is now our starting quarterback. And credit to Andy Dalton, incredibly nice guy, called Justin Fields and said, this is your time. This is your moment, which, if you remember, like a month ago, Andy Dalton said, this is my moment. This is my time.
The story about Justin Fields not going out to dinner was so weird.
Yeah,
No,
he
it
stayed
was
in and watched
normal.
film, Hank. His
Not
parents
even
went
that it
out
was
and
weird that he
celebrated
didn't
on
go.
their
I
own.
thought it was weird that it was
He has a
story.
game to win.
I'm not even saying it was weird that Justin didn't go out. I just thought it was weird that it was like a
Someone asked him.
Right, but then it turned into this national story like Justin Fields.
Yeah,
can
because
go
he
to dinner with
cares
his
about
kids.
football.
You know why, Hank?
I know, that's what I'm saying. I'm not
because
saying it's
he
weird that
gets
Justin
it.
Fields didn't go out to dinner. I thought it was weird that it was a story that, like,
Because
Justin Fields-
people in the media love to say,
if
this
his
guy
parents-
gets it.
If his parents live in Chicago or, like, live near him, like, not going to dinner one night, who cares?
I
Yeah,
care.
I think
He cares about football.
I think it means that he gets it, Hank.
Yeah.
That's what's important.
Also, what's the point in going to dinner if you're a vegan? Right? There's
Get-
no real point to
get
go to dinner.
French fries.
Ever. There's nothing that you can get outside of this, like, of your home is good.
I do like I like
It's
how
true.
Matt Nagy has become very quickly the guy that just whatever the last person in the room with him tells him,
Yes.
that's what he goes out there and does. So if they probably have a competition to see, like, okay, I want him to implement the part of my game plan that I've been passionate about this week. So I'll schedule my meeting with Coach Nagy as close to game
Yes.
time as possible because I can convince him, and he'll feel bad telling me no.
Dude, I mean, remember a few weeks ago when he answered those questions saying, like Justin Fields is not part of, like, it's not a question about scheme when you ask about the starting quarterback, and then had someone go back out and re-answer the question afterwards. Like, the guy is an emotional mess. He's all over the place. I'm very, very happy that Justin Fields is the starter, so I'm going to give Matt Nagy some credit, even though it took him a while. So I'm not going to bash him for the decision. I just think it's everything is difficult in Hallis Hall right now to, like, in terms of communication.
Yeah,
The Bears should have had Matt Nagy do a fake press conference like they had Mark Trestman when they hired Mark Trestman instead of Bruce Arians.
Well, Matt Nagy also said that I've said this from the beginning. We'll know when he's ready to become the starter.
Yeah.
It's like, no, wait, he's gaslighting America.
Yeah.
Matt Nagy is you. That's not what you told us.
And it also,
Matt Nagy.
and it also just like, so it just happened overnight. 'Cause
Yeah.
he literally said on Monday that Andy's the starter.
Well, so I think what happened was during the week he realized that Andy Dalton. This is finally the week that Andy Dalton was officially healthy. So maybe on Monday Dalton wasn't officially healthy yet, and the question that Nagy was answering was, if Dalton is healthy, is he still the starter? And in Nagy's mind, yes. But then he found out later on that week that now he's actually healthy, so now he has to figure out a lie to tell America of why he's going Justin Fields now.
He also might have just been scared with the fact that he's going to Vegas. There'll be a lot of Bears fans there. They'll be very drunk and partying all weekend, and if he had Andy Dalton as a starter, his safety would be in question.
Yes, that's true.
Because
Also,
that's like, I think this is going to be the first. Who have the Raiders played at home so far? Have they played? They played the Ravens week
on Monday
1,
night.
and they played
Dolphins.
Dolphins. This will be the first, like, oh man, their home crowd advantage is kind of, because I personally know a handful of people who are going out to watch the Bears. Like, it's going to be a lot of Bears fans there.
Okay.
A lot of Bears fans.
Shout out Justin Fields, though, saying they asked him like what it's like to be preparing to be the starter for a franchise that envisions him as being the starter for 10 or 15 years. And he said, I don't know if we're going to be alive
Kyle
in 10 or
Shanahan.
15 years. Yeah.
I love
Yeah,
it.
Niners got to be regretting passing on him.
I mean, that is a stupid question to be like 10 years from now. Like, what?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just trying to win one game. All right, Bubba, you're over.
Packers Bengals over 50.5.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, went with the Billy method.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Felt
So
like it.
Packers, Bengals feel like a lot of points.
Yeah, it felt like points.
Yeah, felt like
Essentially.
points. The Billy method's doing well right now.
I actually go against my method this week.
Oh, okay. Shit. Well, let's get to that. Wait a second.
My over is going to be Browns at Chargers, 47.
Oh.
I like a lot of points in this game. I know that there's talk about Baker Mayfield having an injured shoulder. It's his left shoulder that's injured, his non-throwing shoulder. And I have some experience in this. I'm the Carson Wentz of torn labrums. I've had both of them torn. If your throwing arm is not damaged, it really shouldn't affect you that much.
But running-
running, you don't want to get hit on it.
Right.
Because it'll pop out maybe. But still,
But
you can pop it back in pretty easily.
But I think that actually does affect their offense because his ability to make some plays with his feet is semi-important.
Well, he's going to try to avoid getting hit,
Right.
definitely. But
but that, like,
he can still scramble.
but that, like, should I scramble, should I not? I feel like there's this part of him that's like, no, because my shoulder's fucked.
He spent like half the game last week scrambling, though, just dancing through the backfield. So I
actually have the under in this game.
I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference. And also, we didn't talk about this on Wednesday's show. Boltman is back.
Yes.
Boltman was in attendance and the full costume, the regalia was there. I don't know if this is an every week thing, but Boltman's got to be worth at least a touchdown per game.
Yes. Boltman is back. I have the under in this game, so we disagree here. I just think that both defenses are very, very good, and I'm worried about Baker's shoulder. And yeah, both defenses. And Miles, the Browns defense has given up 20 points in the last 10 quarters. They're playing lights out football. All right, so my over, I'm going with Saints Washington football team over 43.5. I was thinking about it, and this might sound like a Billy method, but who are the two guys right now currently playing quarterback that like they'll show on Red Zone and just be like, fuck it, we're just going to throw it deep and it works?
Yeah.
Taylor Heineke and Jameis Winston. So I think we'll have a few games where it's, or a few plays in this game where it's like, well, that didn't really make sense, but it worked out.
I've convinced myself this is the week that the Washington football team from last year shows up.
Scary Terry,
Yeah.
best in the league.
Scary Terry, no drops this year.
He's a beast.
And he makes
He
like
is.
at least one catch every single week that it's like, holy fuck, how did he catch that ball?
Yeah, I like points over 43.5. All right, Billy, walk us through it.
56.5.
Oh, that would be the Chiefs and the Bills.
Yeah,
And
as an over. I didn't like that number for an over. 56.5. But I'm
you
still
like the
going with
teams.
it. But I like the teams.
That's
Real
I
house
try-
divided
Balls
situation.
I try not to let the teams influence the number, but I did this time.
okay.
That's just like a Sunday night.
Yeah,
Let's have a fun
it's
game.
always-
I want it to go over.
It is tough.
I want to do it.
It is tough going into a game being like, we need more than 8 touchdowns.
Yeah.
That like hurts to say. But I will probably take it as well.
I'm going
Yeah.
against my method.
Yeah. But it's Sunday night. It's fun. Just do it. All right, Jake.
I'm with PFT here against you, Big Cal.
Okay.
The Browns and the Chargers. I know
Nice.
the Browns, they laid an egg. I know you were all in on them in that, was it the Vikings game? And it
Yep.
was just a dumpster fire, so hopefully they're looking to bounce back.
Okay.
I don't think that Baker can miss Odell Beckham more than he missed him last week.
You might try.
He might, but I don't think it's possible to do that.
Might try. All right, Hank, you're under, and then we'll hit any games we missed.
The Jets Hawks.
Okay.
Same.
All right.
The Hawks aren't scoring any
Hawks,
points.
yeah. Hawks will not score any points in London this week.
That's a wake up, hungover, turn on the game and hope it's like 10-2, 10-3.
Got it.
Maybe 10-1.
I was gonna say they have been woken up 10-1. Maybe you're so drunk that you think it's 10-1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Possible, by the way, for Scorigami.
No, it's not.
Safety on a 2-point conversion.
No, but that's
yeah.
Wait, what?
that's worth 2 points,
No, it's one.
isn't it?
I'm pretty sure safety on a 2-point conversion
Wait,
is
is
one.
safety on a 2-point conversion?
Yeah.
So if
Negative
they
98 yards.
what?
I think that's 1 point.
Can
That's
you
something-
find that? Can you
I
confirm
knew
that?
that's why
You guys
1
didn't know
points are
that?
alive in Scorigami.
I don't think it's ever happened.
I can't believe you guys
Yeah,
didn't
it's
know
never
that.
happened.
I
That's
think-
a game that I would expect that if any quarterback could pull that off, it'd be Phillip Rivers.
I think it has happened on one of those fumble things where the kick was fumbled and then it was kicked. Like,
But it's a
in the
2-point
final-
I'm pretty sure
or
it's
a
It's an extra
PAT.
point, yeah.
no,
On
it's
Scorigami website, the gist is that it's possible for the defense to score 1 point on a PAT attempt by getting a safety.
What?
that's fucking crazy.
That's insane.
Why did they decide to make that rule?
And why is it 1? Why wouldn't it be
It would
2?
be 2. It should be 2. Also, safety should be worth 5 points.
Holy
Safeties
shit.
are so hard to get. Make them worth 5 points.
because if they score, isn't it worth 2?
Yeah.
Also, for safeties, if you safety, the rule should be if you end up in the end zone, it should be a safety. I hate forward progress.
Yes.
When you-
I hate when they're at like the
Yeah.
1-inch line where it's like the guy
And
was
they-
clearly
He
tackled.
runs
in
out
the
and
end
then they
zone.
all tackle him. If you can push them, it should just basically if you can push the ball carrier back behind the line of scrimmage, or behind the end zone, that should be a safety.
And the refs err on the side. Like, the
Yeah.
refs
Yeah.
do everything
Always.
in their power to make sure it's not a safety win. Almost, there was one in the beginning of the year. I feel like it was maybe the Seahawks with Russell Wilson, where it wasn't even close to not being a safety, and they just called it not a safety.
You just basically put the ball over the line, and then they're like, all right, the play's dead.
Here's what
Forward
they should do.
progress.
If your shoulder pads land in the end zone, it's a safety.
No, if you're just down in the end zone.
Yeah, when I
Yeah.
see contact with
Yeah.
your body happen in the end zone, that to me is a safety. That's
No,
a good
it has to be
defensive play.
shoulder pad. If your knees down, if you get pushed back, like you could get out of the end zone, but if you end up in the end zone, it should be a safety.
That's what I'm saying. Where you land
Yeah.
should matter for something in that case.
I feel like refs don't like calling safeties because for some reason it's like a super hard thing to do for their job. It's just a theory. That's so weird.
I
that
think
it
they
just, like,
do because
confuses-
it's fun.
No, like calling a safety
Yeah,
probably
but doing the
sucks.
thing.
Yeah, if you're jacked up, if you're Ed Hockley,
But I
And it
feel like
looks
for the
sweet.
scorecard, I don't know.
All right, learn something new every day.
Weird
That's a
punt.
crazy stat. You can score 1 point. All right, PFT. 10-1 is the start of the Jets-Hawks game.
Okay, this is my under.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Eagles at Panthers. Eagles at Panthers.
All right. So we haven't talked about this game.
Yeah,
Let's
we
talk
have not.
about it.
I'm pissed off at Adam Schefter going to this game because of the Stephon Gilmore news.
Yeah.
Got traded from the Patriots. Adam Schefter, everybody at ESPN was saying, guess what? He's going to be a free agent. And then he's one of those free agents where literally every team, no matter who you rooted for, everybody was like, oh, we could take a shot at him.
Yep.
We could use some help at cornerback. Everybody got their hopes up about it. And then guess what happens like 2 hours later? Turns out he was traded for a 6th-round pick.
Yes.
And fans of every team were like, we would have given up so much more
Yes.
than a 6th-round pick. You can't do that, Adam. You cannot report that a player is going to be a free agent and then take it away from us and tell us that he's traded to the Panthers.
It was very, very mean.
It's fucked up.
Very, very mean. This is a like who's going to be. I don't even know. It's not loser leave town because it's too early in the season. But this is a "Are you for real" game because, and it's different levels of for real. Because if the Eagles win, it's "Are you for real? Are you going to be like one of those teams that's hanging around, maybe 8-9, 9-8?" If the Panthers win this game, I think they're back on track to maybe being a decent team.
Yeah, they could be a playoff team.
Like I'm gonna come out of this game thinking the loser stinks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And you're probably going to be right about it.
Yeah.
This is like the Eagles' chance to save their season.
Yeah.
I think if
do
they-
you stink, bull?
Yeah, if they lose this game, it's going to be some tough days ahead for Eagles fans.
All right. So my under is that Chargers Browns game. Go ahead, Billy.
So this one also goes against my method.
Oh boy.
So
Patriots Texans.
39.5.
Oh, Steelers.
Broncos Steelers.
Broncos Steelers.
Just like anything the 30s shouldn't be an under.
If Drew
I'll
Lock
go with it.
is playing this game, though, I feel like it could be 10-3.
And also, but pick sixes.
It could be. Yeah, you're
Pick
right. We'll have to run the math by Pete
Safeties.
Prisco about that.
volatility.
What's the point of having a method?
Well,
You explained it last week. Not but 7 days later.
how did Billy do, by the way, Jake, on the ones that he was trying to win and the ones he was trying to lose?
Last week he missed the over, hit the under. The week before he hit both.
No, but wait, remember he said that this is a
Oh.
game he's intentionally trying to lose?
I don't know.
All right, you don't have that noted. Can you
he's
tell us,
3 and
Billy,
one.
this
I
week?
lost that one as I planned, but then the Jets won, which I did not plan.
Got it. So what's your plan loser this week?
I'm trying to lose all of them because I'm getting too high
In the
Okay.
rankings.
in the rankings.
Okay.
I could slip into second easily, so I'm trying to lose all of them this week.
Okay. Got it.
So that's why you're going against your method.
Got
that makes
it.
sense.
Exactly.
That makes a lot of sense.
perfect
I'm
sense.
getting way too high.
Yes, yes. All right, Jake, finish us off.
I'm with Hank and Liam. I'm calling this a lunder.
Oh.
What do we think?
And
That's
now
great.
Hank and Liam, I think, are
that's
out.
awesome, Jake.
All right.
Their
I love it.
faces
I
were.
You guys like it.
That
Jake,
was
that's
disgusting,
great.
Jake.
No,
You don't like it?
I love
PFT
it.
likes it.
Jake,
Of course
Jake,
PFT
I
likes
love it.
it.
I love it. That was great, man.
Duh.
Because now we have something worse than
Brutal.
Ezekiel Elliott to be said on this
A
podcast.
lunder.
You can only use it twice a year, though.
Yeah.
A lunder.
No, it's awesome.
Lunder.
I mean,
Should be deported.
I'm gonna have to bet the lunder on it just because of that.
Man.
Lunder. Barstool Sports book. Lunder 45.
Lunder, yes.
It's like a gut punch. When that happened. Oh, just right in my stomach. Just lost some air. That's
What
how,
if it hits?
That's how Houdini
It's
died.
legendary.
It is.
Well,
Yo,
legendary.
absolutely legendary.
Yeah,
it's already legendary.
Where were you?
All right, games we didn't hit. Patriots Texans is Patriots just gonna kill them. You think? I
Texans
said
get
it out
paid
loud,
to play
and now
football
I'm,
too.
Yeah, now I'm like maybe not. Although Davis Mills and that long neck going against Bill Belichick.
I mean,
feels-
Patriots lose this one. Bill Belichick hot seat.
Ooh,
Probably.
For himself.
If they did lose this one, that Felger would probably say it.
hot seat. And then the Cowboys Giants game, which should actually be a great game. I was actually thinking about this before doing some prep for this show. If we did BCS rankings for the teams right now, I think the Super Bowl would maybe be the Cardinals versus the Cowboys because the Cowboys have the best loss.
They do have a pretty.
They have the best loss.
An outstanding loss.
They lost by 2 points to the Bucs on
their-
opening night.
Their loss got worse because their loss also lost to the Rams.
Yeah, that's true. But they also have one of the best wins at L.A. for the Chargers.
Yeah, but when you say that the Chargers have the best loss then because they lost the number 1 BCS team, the Cowboys.
But the Chargers, who have the Chargers beaten?
They've beaten the Washington football team.
This is the worst. This is the worst bit.
It's not a bit. We're actually talking about
Washington football team, the Raiders, and the Chiefs. That's a power win against the Chiefs.
Yeah, that is a power
Especially
win.
if the Chiefs win on Sunday night.
Interesting.
That win becomes a whole lot better.
Someone on TikTok did map out that the Jets are technically better than the Bills by all of that logic.
The Cowboys also beat a 3-0 Panthers team, which they were ranked top 10 going in.
Yeah, but the Panthers, they might not be for real.
But we don't know. I'm saying right now.
Right now.
Right now, because they beat a 3-0 team.
Yeah.
And they beat a 3-1 team, and they lost to the Super Bowl champs on opening night. And they're far away from their only loss. I think the Cowboys might be number 2 in the BCS.
You could make an argument of the Cowboys.
Yeah.
They're in the conversation. They might be the Cincinnati, actually.
Yeah.
That's complained about getting left out. No one respects the Dallas Cowboys.
I think we should do this every week. The BCS rankings of the entire NFL.
Have you guys thought about the possibility of having the Chargers against the Rams in the Super Bowl in Los Angeles?
That would be crazy.
The ultimate loser leaves town game.
Yeah. And there would still be no home field advantage whatsoever.
At all. Yeah.
That would be incredible. All right. Anything
It'd be
else?
awesome if nobody went to the game until halftime. Everyone's late getting there.
Yeah.
I want to correct myself on the 1-point safety. It has happened once before in college. So you block the extra point,
Yeah.
and then you're trying to go the other way for 2 points.
Then they
but you
fumble.
go backwards and get tackled on your own. That is
That
1
becomes
point.
a point for
1-point
you?
safety.
So you get safetied.
Yeah, but that also means that the game can't ever be 1-0 because you have to score the
Right.
touchdown to
Right.
get the extra point.
Shit.
But it can be 10-1.
Yeah, see, 1
No,
point.
it can't-
No, it can't.
can't be
It can't be
10-1.
10-1. It can't be your first points. It could be like 6-2. That could be the start of a game.
Well, 6-2 is normal.
Wait. They
Super
got the
normal.
1 point. So
Yeah.
it just becomes a...
So
The extra point is good.
on
got it.
scoregami, you can do 6-1. You can't do 7-1.
No, you can't do 6-1 because that would be your extra point that gets blocked after you score a touchdown.
But the other team gets the point.
Yeah, he's saying the other team gets the point.
If you recover it and go back into your own end zone.
All right.
No, Jake. No, I think you're
That
wrong.
one just happened.
Jets
was,
versus Falcons. Falcons score a touchdown. It's
Right.
6-0.
The
Yes.
Lunder is in play.
On the extra point, the Jets
Get the
block the field goal and then score. That's 2 points. There's no situation where they could block the field goal and get 1 point, right?
Correct.
What Jake is saying...
I'm just reading the
They
Pro
could.
Football Talk. If the defense gets the ball on the field to play on a conversion attempt and the defensive player takes the ball into his own end zone and is tackled,
Yeah.
the result will be a 1-point safety. The offensive team will get 1 point.
Yeah, the kicking
Okay,
team.
so then it can't
So
be
it would be
6-1.
7-0.
It'd be
Yeah, it'd be
7-0 at
7-0.
that point. You can't have 1 point scored in football.
So how do you get...
So I don't know why.
You can't.
I think
One's available.
Scoregami has fucked you. It's betrayed you.
Maybe.
Your number one love has betrayed
You've
you.
gotten too deep into it. You're like Al G Rhythm.
wait, but
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm trying to stick off. I don't know. I hope
Okay.
I'm- I hope I'm wrong.
This is good, though, because this makes the BCS thing look good.
Yeah.
I actually like
comparison.
that conversation.
Yeah, the BCS conversation is good compared to this conversation.
But either
of
way,
us
we know
trying to
1-point
figure out
safety is a
rule.
thing.
Yes,
Yeah,
it is.
You guys want to talk about whether or not you can dunk a free throw?
Ooh, yeah. Let's get into it. All right, Billy, what were you gonna say? Well, one last thing before we get to fantasy.
I was just gonna say if you return it 100 yards back, then like the kicker picks it up and gets tackled into his own end zone. I think that's 1 point for the other team.
Oh, yeah, that'd be crazy. No, I think that'd be 2 points still.
That's like Mississippi State had like a 3rd and 90. Remember that?
Yeah.
Against Louisiana Tech. That was awesome. They just kept on fumbling.
But on an extra
Backwards.
point.
All right, fantasy fuckboys. Fantasy fuckboys.
Yeah, we're back, boy.
What up?
What up? What up? What up? What up? What up?
Whoop, whoop.
What?
What?
Been watching Wu-Tang. My name's Giuseppe Guatemala.
Giuseppe.
My stardom is heckling.
Yeah,
buddy.
You guys see this fucking pussy from New Jersey?
No.
He was at the Sox game.
Big pussy?
He wrote a fucking article.
I thought I shot him in the basement. Turns
about
out
how
he was
we
my
watched
nephew.
Red Sox fans harassing Garrett Cole by holding up a container of Spite Attack and a Kermit the Frog puppet, and he was all butthurt about it.
Oh, no, my butt.
Wow.
If you can't heckle in the fans, what's the point of paying for a ticket?
For real. For real. For real.
My sit-em, let me pull up my notes. This Juan Soto.
Yeah.
You see this fucking pussy gets eliminated from the postseason and still shows up.
We're dropping a lot of P words over there.
I remember back in my day, we got eliminated. We went to the fucking bar and drowned our sorrows and wish we could have won the whole thing, but no.
Or the golf course.
Yeah, he's out there fucking cheering like he's a fan.
Whatever happened
Gross.
to supporting your teammates, being a good citizen?
Not his teammate
Disgusting.
anymore.
Disgusting. My sleeper, Damian Harris. Going up against the Texans, I think the Pats are going to blow them out. My sleeper last week, maybe the best sleeper in the history of this fucking segment. 2 for 2 again.
Who was it last
Damian
week?
Harris. Cordarrelle Patterson.
Oh, that was sick.
Mamma mia.
Wow.
Hey,
All right.
what's up? This is Nick Sirianni. How's it going?
Hey, what's up?
Hey, how you doing?
Hey,
Model.
get that highlight
How
out
we
of your
going?
visor.
Yeah, hey, you know what I'm saying? I'm starting Jake Elliott. He's a kicker. You know, like at the field goal,
Barefoot
I kick another
Fuji
field
night.
goal.
Yeah, you
Tell
do like it the field goal.
You like it the field goal,
You
right?
like it the field goal.
Hey, Mama, make you the field goal to 3 points. Hey, in Italy, we have a strong tradition of kicking the ball over the upright. Roberto Baggio.
You don't like it the field goal? I make another field goal.
I make it too spicy. I'm sitting cancer. I'm sitting cancer.
Yeah,
this
fuck
week.
cancer.
Hey,
Fuck
cancer,
cancer.
guess
Fuck
what?
you, cancer.
You shithead, you're on notice. You pussy.
Fuck you.
You fucking pussy. You see how many
Titty
different?
month.
You see how many different colors? It's not just titties. Not just titties anymore, Hank.
All
It's
cancers.
all cancers. All cancers matter, and we're
Yep.
going after all of them one by one. You've seen the highlighters on the shirts. On the hats, Roger Goodell is single-handedly choking out cancer with his bare hands.
Donating 3% of proceeds to
Three,
actual cancer.
that's 3% more than you. We don't billionaire shame, Hank.
Hey.
Get a colonoscopy, Hank.
Hey, cancer. Now you can't leave.
Cancer, fuck off, cancer. Colonoscopy, get your butthole checked. Shout out Urban Meyer. My sleeper, I'm sleeping El Tren. That's right, United States men's national team, soccer team.
Don't
That's
care.
right, we care about football over here in the United States. El Tren, guess what, Jamaica, you reggae boys, you fucked up. You fucked up, reggae boys.
Play a real sport.
Yeah, we got football on.
football.
All right, Mike. What's up, guys? It's Giancarlo Stantonio. Stantonio. My stardom is Josh Allen. People forget he's got a rocket arm. He's going to show out on Sunday night. I'm so excited for our boy Joshy to get it fucking on.
National TV audience, this is where you show up. You make it to scroll.
My situm is Bronxy the Turtle. Fuck that turtle.
Turtle soup.
Where the fuck is an Aguayo when you need him? That turtle didn't win the Bronx Bombers shit.
That
And my-
turtle is not fit to carry Turtle's jock.
And my sleeper is the 15% of colleges that said that they would hire Urban Meyer next year. So shout out those 15% that stand by their man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Liberty University.
They're in.
How we doing? It's Rigatoni Risotto.
Oh, nice.
Riggy.
My stardom is Zach Wilson because he was the Rookie of the Week.
Was
Let's
he?
go Jets, Rookie of the Week.
That bit-
Rookie of the Week.
Is that Rigatoni's Rookie of the Week?
No, that's Pepsi, bro.
Oh,
that's
fuck.
Pepsi.
Oh, fuck.
You say Ricky of the Week?
Yeah, no.
Ricky of the Week.
Rookie.
The Ricky of the Week.
The Ricky
Yeah,
of the
then we
Week.
got my situm is the fucking Lunder because Jack Wilson's going to throw so many. I thought this was going to be one of those fantasy. Anyway, my sleeper
Live look at the Undertaker. I'm
Yeah.
back, baby.
My sleeper, Squid Game, low key, kind of a great show. High. 10
Yeah,
out of 10
you watched
recommend.
it instead of watching your Bronx Bombers. Some fan.
Pretty,
Damn.
Over in
pretty
Italy,
violent
we call
though.
it
Pretty violent though.
calamari
Pretty
game.
underground
Lot
take
of-
you got there.
A lot of
wow.
paint jobs.
Don't
lot
go
of
out
paint
on a-
jobs.
Don't go out on a limb there.
A lot of paint jobs.
Yeah.
But that's my guys.
I love that story that 85% of college ADs wouldn't take Urban Meyer. So it's just like, this is how many people will lie on record.
Yeah, it's absolute 100% bullshit.
So
A million
good.
percent
Yeah,
bullshit.
the ADs that won't take Urban Meyer are the AD of University of Alabama, the AD of Clemson.
If your team is currently good, you would
Yes.
not take him. But yeah, if Urban Meyer could guarantee you a trip to a BCS bowl game,
Yeah.
$1,000,000% you'd take him.
In. All right, that's our full preview. Let's get to our interviews. We got Tyson Fury coming up first, then Ezekiel Mitchell, something a little different for the people. He is a professional bull rider. Incredible interview in person with Ezekiel Mitchell. Before we get to that, our friends at Roback, they got a new code for everyone out there. Use code TAKE on Roback.com for a generous 20% off your first purchase through the end of this week. The guys over at Roback have been sending us their performance polos, hoodies, and Q-zips for a while now. We'll be honest, when it comes to quality, Roback just blows it out of the park every time. First, Roback's new performance hoodies are a total game changer. Actually, you can see any of us. We're wearing them basically all week. I see Jake and Hank in them all the time. They're super comfortable, super soft.
Great for the golf course.
They actually are saying right here, built for alphas like Jake. That's actually verbatim word copy here. Second, Roback's performance Q-zips bring a new meaning to the word comfortable, perfect for a run around the block, a day in the office, or a night out with your girl. Finally, Roback's performance polos are the only polos we wear at PMT. You can't find a better looking, better feeling performance polo, perfect for the golf course. So, all of it, when you put it all together, Roback has everything. Roback has been gaining big time traction. They're fresh off two of the biggest NIL sponsorships in college sports with Georgia's JT Daniels and Notre Dame's Kyle Hamilton. So, it's fair to say that Roback's gear is popping up all over the place. Use code TAKE on Roback.com for generous 20% off your first purchase through the end of this week. That's spelled RHOBACK.com. That's 20% off all polos, Q-zips, and hoodies with code TAKE. All right, here he is, Tyson Fury. Tyson, what's up?
The sky, motherfuckers.
All right,
How
let's
we
do
doing?
it. Let's hop right in. So we have a very special guest. It is Tyson Fury, the champ. He has his big fight on Saturday night, the trilogy against Deontay Wilder. It's great to have you on. So, I love this fight, not because there's history and it's the trilogy, but I feel like there's actual bad blood here. Do you fight better when you have that anger? You really hate this guy?
I don't have any anger. I don't hate the guy. Guy's a pathetic loser. So how could I have any anger with him at all?
I like that. So, I mean, he's trying to play mind games with you by being a little bit more silent in the lead up to this, and you're not going to let that bother you.
So it's all irrelevant because when it comes down to the night, all the talking doesn't mean anything. I can never be matched with talking in boxing. Never in a million years could I ever be matched. I've never ever found my equal who can ever even compete with me on the stage of press conferences and talking about boxing and stuff. So, but it all means absolute zero. When you get in a boxing ring, you could talk, 500 million people with you. It doesn't mean anything because at the end of the day, you're going to go in there and fight, and that's it.
Yeah, so mentally, once you step into the ring, do you go to a place of anger, or are you calm? Are you thinking about your tactics, or do you kind of black out and just you trust your instincts and fight?
There's no anger. I think the man who has anger in a boxing match will lose.
Yeah.
Because this is not an angry situation to be in. It's a sporting contest. And I've done all my training. When I get in there, I just do what I got to do. Be relaxed and enjoy it.
Yeah, you look like you're in incredible shape. In terms of the second fight, was that the most pathetic excuse ever that he said that the garb that he was wearing slowed his legs down in his entrance?
I'm not sure. There's been a lot of pathetic excuses over the years from people who lost fights. But I think that's got to be up there. Well, one of his many 50 excuses anyway, so we'll see.
Yeah, let's do a quick ranking of his most pathetic excuses. Top 3 most pathetic excuses from Deontay Wilder.
I think the best one was his trainer drugged his water. That was a cracker.
That's a good one.
It's like a racehorse.
That's a really good one.
It's not his fault. Somebody slipped him a Mickey.
Yeah.
And then the second one was I had metal objects in my gloves.
Okay, that's good. Yep.
And then his third one would be the costume was too heavy that he wore to the ring.
I do think that the costume made a difference, especially if you look at what he did versus how you entered the ring. You literally got carried into the ring. You didn't have any miles at all on your legs. That's smart. He walked through, I think, the entire MGM casino floor. I think he did a lap with the pit bosses wearing that giant robe and then came in. So I could see how he'd be tired. He did a half marathon, basically.
Yeah, I can make a point for that.
Yeah. I had a question about number 1, the first fight you guys had together. In the 12th round, when you got knocked down, it almost looked like there was a second where you're like, I know I have a few seconds here. Let me compose myself. Or is that all instincts when you get back up? Or were you like, all right, give me like 2 seconds and then I'm good to go?
Yeah, I think it's just instinct. When you get hit and knocked down, I don't think you know what you're doing at some point of it. You just get up and that's it. If you can get up, you get up. And if you can't, then you can't. And that's it. Most of it's instinct, though.
Yeah, because I love that moment because it did, and maybe I was thinking about it too much, but it really did feel like you're like, all right, I'm good. Here we go. I'm fucking good. And then you get back up, and it was an incredible, incredible moment.
Yeah, it was It was an incredible moment. Looking back on it, it was definitely an incredible moment. Definitely go down in history as the best get up off the floor ever.
Yes.
Yeah. What went through your mind when you were in the ring with him and you decided to taste his blood? Was that just like instinct, like in the moment you're gonna do it, or was that to intimidate?
Pre-fighting meeting, I wanted to taste his blood, and I got the opportunity and just did it.
Why not?
Yeah.
Full send.
What did it taste like? Did it taste like your own blood?
It tastes like the blood of a coward.
Ooh. So that means
That's what it tastes like.
you've tasted blood of cowards before.
Only Deontay Wilder.
Ooh, I like that. The press conference you guys did in the summer, you had a 5-minute stare down where you just basically, it was like a staring contest. Deontay left before you. How long could you have lasted in that stare down?
As long as it took to get the victory.
It was. I'm not joking when I say this. If you haven't seen it, it is all of 5 minutes of them just staring at each other. And Tyson won that, and it was incredible.
Hi, Rob. You all right?
All right. So I know you got to go in a second. I had a quick question about your brother. I was actually at the fight in Cleveland. I was part of the broadcast. What did you think of his performance?
I think he did what he had to do, got the W, and on to the next one.
Yeah. So who's the next one going to be?
Well, we're hoping it's going to be Jake Paul. So I've heard all this talking off the two of them. I want to see a fucking fight.
Right. How do you think that ends up? What do you think that fight looks like?
I think it'll be a big build-up, a lot of talking, a lot of promotional stuff. But I think in the end, Tommy knocks him clean out.
Yeah. Do you respect what Jake Paul has done in the ring, building himself up into a fighter? He seems like he's taking it seriously.
Not just the fighting side of things, because they're just play boxers, aren't they? But to bring a load of people to boxing, a load of views and stuff, that's pretty good. That's very good, actually.
Yeah.
To bring the attention that they've brought into the game, all of these YouTubers, TikTokers, and famous people, that's good for the real sport of boxing. Never mind all this play about boxing and celebrity boxing and looking, anybody can be a boxer.
Yeah.
I think it's great for the sport, but it's definitely a playtime pantomime stuff.
Right. So
a lot of talking and TV and media stuff, and it attracts people to it. People are interested in all that rubbish.
Yeah. So fast forward to after this fight's over. Let's just say that you win. You get a knockout. Are you still thinking about maybe going to MMA after?
No. All I'm thinking about is winning the fight and then going home, taking the kids trick or treating, and having a nice Christmas, and then we'll see what happens after all of that.
That's pretty good. I mean, that sounds like a pretty good fall, especially after winning a fight. Now, directly after the fight, it's got to be, you got to feel like you can drink 1 million beers because you have all the adrenaline and everything going through you from a big fight, right?
Yeah.
What's the most amount of beers you've drank after winning a fight?
I don't really drink after fights, to be honest.
Okay.
I'm not in the mood for drinking. And with all the adrenaline that's running through your body, I think it's near impossible to get drunk after a fight.
Yeah.
After a fight. But say if I do go out for a drink afterwards with everybody, I'll have a couple of lights and then that's me done. I'll go back to the room. Not interested. Me, for the first 2 weeks after a big fight, I'm on a total downer.
Interesting. So it's just like like everything builds up, and then for 2 weeks you're kind of just fading back and not feeling yourself.
Yeah, for sure. You the higher the highs, the lower the lows. That's for sure.
Yeah. All right. So I know you got to go. What is your official prediction of when you're going to knock out Deontay Wilder on Saturday night? Also, by the way, let me just throw this out there. Incredible. This fight card's incredible because all the undercards are heavyweights as well. So it's going to be awesome to watch, and there's going to be a ton of knockouts, and I'm very, very excited. But tell us when you're going to actually knock him out.
When I start hitting him in the face and he doesn't hit back, that's the time he's going to go down.
Okay.
I remember when
Do you know whether it's round 1, round 10, round 11, round 2, whatever it's going to be, as long as I get the W, I don't care what round it is.
yeah,
And that's it.
I remember we were watching the last fight, and when he started to bleed out of his ear, that was a good indication that you smelled blood in the water. You smelled Coward's blood in the water. Would you say that like the ear is the worst hole on your face to bleed out of?
Not sure, I've had plenty of blood come out of me from my eyes, eyebrows, nose, everything, ears. So it's all pretty bad, to be honest. It's all pretty gruesome when you're the one who's taking the punishment.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Well, best of luck on Saturday night. We look forward to watching. It's going to be awesome. I also just got a text that is your brother stuck on a Spirit Airlines flight right now?
Yeah.
What's going on with that? Why is he flying Spirit?
He's actually stuck on a Spirit Airlines right now. I think he's somewhere in on the way here. He flies Spirit because he's such a humble type of a guy who likes to be a man of the people and fly with the normal people and all that. Not all of us are stuck-up wankers who need to fly in a private jet to prove that there are somebody.
Ooh.
That just proves you're a fucking idiot who wants to spend your money on something stupid.
Ooh, I like that. I'm guessing Deontay Wilder.
I fly in a plane called Ryanair. That's the cheapest you can fly on in England. And when the taxman looks at my records, they laugh and say, "This is ridiculous. A heavyweight champion of the world flies on the cheapest flights you can." But guess what? In 10, 15 years, when all the boxing's done and all these idiots are all flat broke, working in a petrol station somewhere, pumping gas, I'll still be a multi-millionaire. Because it's not how much you can earn, it's how much you can save.
That's a fact. You
Remember,
at least
smart.
you upgrade
you don't
to
get
the.
rich through earning millions.
Yeah.
You get rich through saving.
Have
Yeah.
you allowed yourself to just upgrade to the window seat so that you can get a little bit more legroom?
I don't like upgrading. I'll just sit in the cheapest seat possible. Because you know what? It's all the same. We're going to arrive at the same time. It doesn't matter.
That actually makes me even more confident about Saturday night because it's the old, I think, like Teddy Atlas quote. Maybe you don't do road work in silk pajamas. You're keeping the grit about you, and that means that you're hungry for more.
Listen, there's an old cliche, like all these boxers and famous people, sports people, when they make a few dollars, the first thing they want to do is go and flash it, put it on the neck or the wrist or whatever. And after it's all finished, 90% of them end up broke.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm not interested in wearing a flash watch or a chain or something to make myself look posh. I'm interested in actually living the life of an athlete, training hard, and that's all I'm interested in.
Right.
I don't care about the rest of the stuff.
I love it.
You'll have more money to spend on Jaeger bombs for Man U fans.
Yes.
England fans, that was actually, not Man U fans.
All right.
All right, Tyson. Thanks so much. Good. Best of luck,
Take it easy.
and hopefully you stay champ.
God bless everybody. Bye-bye.
All right. Thanks.
Tyson Fury is brought to you by Simply Safe. Our good friends over at Simply Safe have a very special announcement. They just launched their new wireless outdoor security camera. That's right. Simply Safe is the system that U.S. News and World Report has named Best Home Security System of 2021, and it got even better. It's about to be package season. You're about to get some special deliveries. You'll be ordering gifts to your house. Are you worried about somebody taking it off your front porch? I know I am. I know that can be an issue in a lot of homes across America. Well, with Simply Safe, they've got an outdoor security camera that will make your life so much easier and more secure. It's got an ultra-wide 140-degree field of view, so you can keep watch on your entire yard. It's 1080p HD resolution with an 8x zoom. That means you can zoom in, clearly see things like faces and license plates to capture critical evidence. Or if you get attacked by, a bobcat? Remember that guy that went mega viral?
Yes.
He defended his family from a bobcat. You can get some virality internet points if you defend your family from any sort of wildlife that's attacking you. That's an added bonus. But the great part about Simply Safe is they have a built-in spotlight on their outdoor camera with colored night vision, so you can keep an eye what's going on day or night. Protect your packages, protect the outside of your home with Simply Safe. The camera has it all. It integrates with your Simply Safe home security system, extending its protection to the outside. So every door, window, and room are protected. Now your property will be too. So to learn more about the exciting new Simply Safe wireless outdoor security camera, go to simplysafe.com/PMT. And even more, Simply Safe is celebrating the new camera by giving you 20% off your entire new system and your first month of monitoring service for free when you enroll in interactive monitoring. Go to simplysafe.com/PMT. And now here's Ezekiel Mitchell.
All right, we now welcome on a very special guest. Actually, the second pro bull rider we've ever had on the show. We had Jess Lockwood on. Do you know Jess?
Yeah, he's all right.
Okay, all right. So it's Ezekiel Mitchell. We're very excited to have you on. You got a big event. I don't know when this is going to run, but you do have a big event. You're in New York. You're in person. This is going to be great. So first of all, how is the season going? Let's start there, and then we'll work our way to basically asking you crazy questions about bulls and possibly bull testicles.
Well, honestly, if I had to say something about this season, I've learned a lot about myself. It's been a season full of like minor injuries that I haven't had to deal with in the past. So it's really kind of weighed on me, but we're getting things turned around now, so it's all good.
Yeah, what do you got right now? What are you dealing with? Give us the rundown.
So earlier this year, I had a pulled groin.
Okay.
And you can't ride bulls with that at all. I learned that very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Then broke a rib, and then
How many?
Kind of a rib doctor, if you want me to look at it.
I don't really even know. I didn't go to the hospital. I just know sports med told me it was broke.
Yep.
There's nothing they can do about a broken rib.
No,
anyways.
no.
Yeah.
So, and then now my wrist has been pretty janky, my riding wrist. So
Janky wrist.
yeah, janky wrist. So now,
Did the doctor tell you that one?
Yeah.
Or is
yeah,
just
that was like
WebMD?
the exact medical term
Janky
for it.
wrist.
Janky wrist.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Now, when you can see a doctor, are they the same doctors that treat the bulls too? Is it one guy who's like, because obviously, you know, when you have an on-site physician or like for like football, let's say, there's a trainer. Is there a trainer that comes out if the bulls get injured too?
they have a like on-call vet.
Okay.
One of the guys, I don't know which one it is, but he's over all that, and he'll have a bunch of guys come in, or he'll have them all on call. So if anything happens, then a vet's within 15, 20 minutes.
I feel
away.
like I would trust a vet more than a real doctor.
Well, because vets know a vet can operate on a sheep. It can do like a frog. It can do a bird. They have to know everything.
Yeah.
A doctor, it's like you're kind of lazy if you just want to work on humans.
And a doctor, like doctors rely on the humans telling them what's wrong. A vet, like you just can stand there and a vet can be like, yeah, you got a janky wrist.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I could see that.
Exact medical term.
Yeah, it's an exact medical term.
So when you have a janky wrist or when you have an actual injury that you're dealing with, do you think that the bull can tell?
No, I don't think. I don't know. They're pretty smart, but I don't think they can tell. They can tell more so if you're nervous or if things don't feel right with you. They kind of feed off of your energy. So, yeah, that's about it.
So when they feed off your energy, you have to like get yourself into a calm place before you or do you get amped up when you get on the bull?
I try to just be confident. I don't really try to get myself too amped up. I'm already like an amped up person as it is. So I guess I'm more of a try to calm myself down, and that way I can actually focus on the things that I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when we had Jess on, I don't think we got into this, but the process of a competition, I'm very interested in this. So you show up, and there's a computer system that just randomly decides which bull you'll be riding that day. Is that how it works?
Exactly.
So is there any type of scouting that you have done where you're like, all right, if I get this bull, I know exactly what I'm going to do. If I get this bull, I know exactly what I'm going to do. Like, do you have that knowledge of all the bulls on the roster?
For the most part, we kind of do. So we have like a website. It's called Pro Bull Stats, and you can type in any name of any bull that you'll have for that weekend.
Bull stats.
And actually, you can look up the riders as well, but you just look up.
Bull search.
Say this weekend, I don't know my bull's name. I forgot already.
Oh, you've already got it picked.
Yeah, so they pick them on like Wednesday, and then we'll know our first round at least, and then tomorrow they'll pick sometime tonight, I guess.
Who's the baddest bull currently?
Currently, it's a bull called Whoopa.
Whoopa?
Whoopa.
How do you spell it?
I think it's WOOPAA.
Okay,
maybe.
Whoopa. And why is that bull badder than all the other bulls?
Because he's produced the biggest numbers. He jumps the highest, kicks the hardest, and he's just an incredible animal athlete.
So has like the sabermetrics analytical revolution come to bull riding? Because that's always, you know, like we obviously had it with baseball, seemed like the first sport. Are there guys who are crunching the numbers on like velocity of kicks and jumps and like torque and all these things for different bowls?
No, I think they tried to do that, but it's kind of hard to track all that as of now. But for the most part, we just have judges that have been trained to pretty much look and pick apart what bulls are supposed to look like.
So when you get it, I forgot that it's judged. So if you're on a bull that might be deemed weaker, do you get judged differently?
The bull will get judged differently. You still have to ride him, and you have to be in control. And the better you ride him, the better off you can be. So
it's like you play who you play, like in college football.
Yeah.
Like if they're ranked if you schedule a good team, they're number 2 in the country. You beat them. You can't help it if they go on and lose 3 games.
What if you walk out and the bull's just not feeling it that day, and they don't even buck? They just kind of walk out and just chill. Do you get points because you didn't get technically knocked off?
So you'll get points, but they'll give you a re-ride. So you'll get an opportunity to get on another bull, and that bull is probably going to have his day.
Does that happen though? Is there ever a day where like you get on a bull and the bull's just like, yeah, I don't really feel like doing this right now?
Yeah. Last weekend I got on a bull that he just wasn't feeling it that day. He's a really good bull. He just decided, he was like, hey, I don't know, the crowd's not good enough for me. I don't know what he was thinking, but he was
wild.
like, yeah.
Is there ever any PED accusation, but like reverse, where somebody dopes up a bull before they get on? Maybe like blow some smoke in his ear.
No, I don't think so. For the most part, they just feed him really well and then try to let them figure it out from there. They can't do much but let them buck.
So wait, I'm looking right now. Dillinger was the #1 bull of all time.
Well,
I thought it was Bodacious.
I've heard Bodacious. Yeah, Bodacious is my goat.
Bodacious #2 on this ranking. Dillinger's #1.
No, well, what do you think? Are you
Bodacious is
Dillinger
2.
guy or
I'd be a Dillinger guy.
Really?
Yeah, as far as what a guy would want to see out of a bucking bull, like as a rider, I think that Dillinger was a way better bull.
I don't know what's behind this algorithm, but right now I'm looking at it. Dillinger was a 91.14 on the power rating, and Bodacious was only a 71. So Dillinger, and now do people like, obviously the career span of a bull rider is not super long, right? It's like 10 years maybe.
Yes, sir.
So there, you don't compete with anyone who was on Dillinger back in the day, but have you talked to anyone who rode him?
Oh yeah, we talk to those guys all the time. Like
Really?
J.W. Hart, he's a stock contractor now, owns his own set of bulls, and he was one of the guys, I believe he actually rode him, or he didn't, maybe.
Okay.
So is it a consensus that bulls are getting tougher, or are bulls getting easier to ride?
Bulls are getting tougher.
Really?
I mean, yeah, it's just like the horse racing industry. Like they bred faster horses, they're breeding bulls to buck harder. So, and that's where we're finding like a lack in actually getting more bull riders into the sport. Everybody made that transition into getting better bucking bulls because everybody wants a bull that can go to the PBR finals or the NFR. So now the kids that are learning, they're having to learn on a lot like higher scale instead of just bulls that just tweeter out there and you can build confidence and build a know-how.
I was looking at the rankings actually a couple weeks ago. I saw that there was the battle for the crown, and Whoopah is the world #1. World #2 is Chiseled, but he's not far behind. The average bull scores a 46.45 for Whoopah, and it's 46.02 for Chiseled. So, I mean, do you have a bull that you ride and you get along with, that you can kind of vibe off each other a little bit better than somebody else might?
Yeah, I guess so. There's a few bulls like that. I've been known to kind of get past some of the ones a lot of people don't like. Like there was a bull, Goodnight Robichaux, up until last year. Jose Victor Leme, our #1 right now. He was the only one that had rode him, and then the following day I rode him. And then there was another bull called Zorro before I got on him in his professional career. He had probably 50 or so outs or more than that, and he had only been ridden 4 times, and then I was the next guy to ride him. So I don't know. I tend to get along with some of the more ones that people don't like. I don't know why.
I like that.
Yeah. So I was reading an article about you this morning. The what is it melding? Because obviously PBR, it feels like the audience is more rural, more country. Even though you guys do compete in big cities, you are a younger guy on TikTok, on Instagram, on Twitter. Like I heard an interview where you're talking about you want to be in movies. Is there any pushback on that? Are people like, oh, why is this guy on TikTok? Like, we don't really understand this.
I don't know if there is. I really don't care. I mean, it doesn't bother me none. And if they knew anything that was good for them, they'd just sit back and relax and enjoy it. Because if we want to continue to grow this sport, there has to be some kind of, growth besides just in the Western industry. We're just such a small population of this country and of the world. So why not try to take it to mainstream media?
Yeah,
you got to meet the audience where they are sometimes
exactly.
instead of letting them find you. You got to go out there and be proactive about it. So for you, how did you get into bull riding? Because it seems like a sport that you have to be very crazy. I was going to say a little bit crazy. You have to be actually certifiably insane to want to do it. So the first time you looked at a bull, you were like, I want to be on the back of that animal. Or what was that like?
Yeah, I don't know, man. From the time that I was a kid, I knew I wanted to be a cowboy. And my dad, he didn't want me to ride bulls, but I don't know, eventually God has his way of making things come full circle, I guess, to what you want to do. And I ended up just starting to ride bulls. I don't know how it really happened. It just
You don't
happened.
know how you just ended up on a bull one day?
Yeah.
You're like, what? You looked around, you're like, wow, this is weird.
fun.
My dad'd be pissed at me right now.
Yeah, he was there. Like, it was just like, I entered what they call a play day back in Texas. It's like youth rodeo, bunch of rodeo events, and they had the steer ride, and my dad was like, oh, it's a steer, like it's not a real bull, it's okay. So I entered that one time, and then I found out there was another rodeo that was like 30 minutes down the road from the house, and I tried to enter that one. It was a youth rodeo as well, but they told me I was too old for the steer riding. So I had to go to Pee-wee bulls, and my dad was like, oh, well, the guy on the phone's like, oh, it's just like steers. They're just a little bit bigger, and they're going to buck more like wolves. And he was like, all right, cool. And then eventually it just snowballed. And
how big is a Pee-wee bull?
It all depends. There's some Pee-wee bulls that are probably about the size of the bulls we get on now. They just don't buck hard. They were just kind of rejects. They found their place, I guess. Not every bull can be a PBR bucking bull.
So like over 1,000 pounds sometimes?
Yeah, over 1,000 pounds.
And they're Pee-wee bull.
Yeah.
That's a very misleading name for those bulls.
Yeah.
They'd probably be more pissed off that they're getting emasculated like that.
Yeah.
Pee-wee bull?
And some of them are teeny tiny, but for the most part, yeah, they all range in size. It just depends on how hard they buck.
So when did you realize that you were really good at it?
I don't know. For the longest, I sucked. I sucked. I was terrible.
And you kept on, because bull riding seems like the one thing, if you suck, there is no reason to keep doing it, right? It's dangerous, and you suck.
I lucked up a few times whenever I was younger and rode some pretty nice bulls, and I just was determined that I was like, I can do this on a consistent basis. And whenever I left high school, when I graduated high school, I left home and never went back, and I crashed on buddies' couches and just kept riding bulls for about a whole year. That's all I pretty much did, was ride bulls. People would pay me to come get on their bulls, and eventually a guy looked at me. He took bulls to the PBR, and I'd go get on for him $50 a head. He was like, you realize last week or a few weeks ago this bull was on tour and they couldn't even ride him 2 seconds. You just rode him for $50. He was like, what are you doing? Get out of here.
What were you doing? What is that setup where you're riding a bull for $50 a head? They're just asking you to go, like, well, how does that work?
Yeah, so bulls need outs too. They need practice just like people do. So like to get them tuned up or get their muscles working right, they'll get somebody to come get on them. And I was that guy. And our director of livestock, Cody Lambert, he'd tell those stock contractors down in Texas, he was like, well, they'll send them a video on their bulls, a buck off a guy really quick, and they'll be like, if you really want to get a bull sent over here, get a guy like Ezekiel or somebody to get on, and then we'll bring them. So I started that. That was pretty much my job. It was like a little business for me. I'd just go get on a few bulls for $50 a head, make $200, $300, and go rodeo on the weekend.
That's crazy. What was the most bulls you rode in a day?
The most bulls I've ever got on in a day was at a bull sale in Fort Worth, Texas, and I think it was 23.
Holy shit.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
And how many times did you get thrown?
Probably about 10.
Okay.
10,
Whoa.
15
I thought you were going to
times.
say 23. I was like, oh,
Yeah,
my God.
no, I didn't get
Is that a world record?
I don't know what it is.
I wonder there's got to be a world record
That's
listed
crazy.
somewhere. Most bulls. It is crazy too that you kept doing this sport despite the fact that you sucked at it. But I imagine that a lot of people that are at the top of the level in bull riding probably, you don't get on a bull for the first time and you know how to do it immediately. It takes trial and error. It's not like being a pilot where, like, if you're a shitty pilot, you're probably not going to fly that long. But if you're a bull, you can learn from your mistakes. You can move on. So at what point were you were getting $50 ahead for people, you were breaking these bulls or riding these bulls, giving them some practice. When did you decide that you were going to turn pro?
I don't know. I guess I just started hanging out with some all right people, and they were like, "Hey, let's go enter some of these like lower level PBRs." And I was like, "All right, cool." And started going on those, and like within the first few that I went to, I think I finished third and fourth at one, finished second at another, and then another second, and then I was just like, "Oh, hey, I can probably do this." And then I went off to college and started college rodeoing, made the college finals twice, and then I was like, I need to take this serious full time.
They have college teams like for universities.
Mm-hmm.
What's the best
university?
school?
Yeah.
What's the best school? I think last year it was Tarleton State University.
Tarleton State.
Yeah, in Stephenville, Texas. I think that was who it was last year. But
I want to say they made the NCAA tournament one time in the last few years, didn't they, Jake?
They just became D1, I think.
Okay, they just became D1. All right, that's what it is. Because we basically base all of our knowledge of schools on gambling. So I was like, I've heard of Tarleton State somewhere.
What are some of the other big names, like the dynasties, the Blue Bloods in bull riding?
Sam Houston?
Sam Houston State is a
look
big
at
one,
that.
huge
Got
one.
That one.
Texas A&M is a huge one.
Yeah.
They're
Cal Poly.
freaks
Well,
there,
they don't get all the way on top of the bull. They stop
They
about
like to-
halfway up the back.
They ride them in a different way at Texas A&M. They're weirdos.
They're more of a sheep riding school.
Yep, that's true.
Yeah, there's a bunch of big schools. I think Texas Tech has a rodeo team. Cal Poly in California, Montana State. There's quite a few schools that actually have rodeo teams. Can't think of all of them right now, but
I'd have to think, so obviously, you're an African American in a pretty predominantly white sport. Have you noticed that you've been like a role model to a lot of kids now? Because that's got to be really rewarding.
yeah, no, that's kind of one of the biggest things I set out to do in my career is try to make a difference in people's lives. I mean, the gold buckles and the 90-point rides and everything else is cool, but if I can influence somebody and make a footprint on history and let people know they can do whatever the heck they want to do,
I love it.
then I'm doing my job.
Yeah, I do think representation matters in a sport like that because if you're a black kid and you go to a PBR event and you see a bunch of white cowboys, it probably doesn't. The thought might not even enter your brain like this is something that I could do when I grow up, or maybe it does. But you also have these like mental blocks. But if you see somebody that looks like you out there participating, it opens up a door for that kid that might inspire them to do something down those lines. So that's got to be like a really rewarding thing that you've done. Have you seen any pushback at all? Has there been any sort of like latent racism that's been laying around that's made it difficult on you, or have the fellow riders and the people on tour been really nice to you?
Oh yeah, everybody on tour is great. I mean, there's some of those keyboard warriors at home that ain't got nothing better to do. But besides that, like the PBR and the true blue real PBR fans, they don't care what color you are. They just want to see you ride bulls, and if you do your job, then they care less what you look like, what color chaps you're wearing, or what color shirt you're wearing. They just want to see you ride good bulls.
Awesome.
Yeah, so PFT brought up representation. Why am I not represented in bull riding? Why are there no fat guys riding bulls?
No comment.
I mean, seriously though, why are there any fat people who ride bulls?
I wouldn't say on a professional level.
What the fuck? So it's an advantage to be smaller?
Yeah, it's an advantage to be smaller. Just a lower center of gravity.
Yeah. Damn it. Okay.
But I think you got it. I think you can do it.
No, I would never get on a bull. Fuck that. That shit is crazy, man.
Is it an advantage to be light to a certain extent, or can you be too light?
I guess you could be too light. There's a balance between being light and you have to be, I guess, an actual athlete. I
right.
mean, you can't just be. I mean, there is some exceptions to the rules, but for the most part, there is no.
Is that a shot at Jess? Is that a shot
No,
at
not a Jess.
No.
Jess is jacked. Jess is jacked. For a little dude, Jess is jacked. So he's strong. But there's some other people that might not be quite as strong, but for the most part, everybody's pretty much a physical specimen. They're athletes.
Yeah. What if you put like if you put like a 6-year-old on a bull and the bull doesn't even realize anyone's on it?
The bull might just walk. It just might walk around.
Although that would be, you'd have to
We'd hope
re-ride.
so.
You'd have to re-ride.
We'd hope so.
Yeah, we'd hope so. All right, so I have a question from our coworker Billy, who's not here, but that's it's an excusable absence. But This is his question, not mine, so it's kind of weird, but whatever. Do you shock the bull's testicles before riding, or is that someone else's job?
Nobody does that.
Okay, so good question, Billy.
That is like one of the hugest myths in all of rodeo.
Of course, that's
it's like I don't know why everybody thinks that we have like I don't know what's everybody's fascination with these bulls' testicles.
They
Like,
probably talked about it on a Joe Rogan podcast, and that's where he got it from.
Yeah,
so
no.
I apologize.
no,
for the
no.
question.
So yeah, there's nothing tied around them. Nobody touches the bull's testicles because, like,
Okay.
I mean,
Follow up: can you control how much shock occurs on the bull's testicles? That was actually a real follow up.
that was a real. Once again, there's no shot.
The Cowboys got a dial on the back.
Yeah,
that
it's
you
just
can
like
turn up. Okay, here
Billy
just-
definitely walks around telling
Yeah.
people like, they shocked the fuck out of those bulls' balls.
Just spitballing here. What if we started our own bull riding tour where you do shock the bull's testicles? I feel like more people would watch that.
I don't think that'd get off the ground. PETA and all that other
That's
good
true.
stuff.
We might run into some issues.
Yeah,
on that.
there might be some issues.
Yeah. Is there something about this is also a Billy question? Is there something when you see a bull that you can tell like this bull's having a bad day? Like I'm going to be in for a wild ride on this one.
No, not really. You can kind of tell their personalities and their demeanors, but for the most part, I mean, you can have one that's acting completely nuts back there in the lead up alley or in the buck and shoots, and he could just be like you said, one of those bulls that just have a bad day, and not just a bad day once, but all the time.
Yeah.
And there's bulls that'll sit there like we had a bull called Bruiser, one of the best bulls ever as well, and he never moved a muscle whenever he was in the buck and shoots. He barely twitched an ear. He just stood there.
What a badass.
Yeah, he'd do his job, buck you off. If you landed underneath him, he'd try to step away from you.
Really? So
Yeah.
there are bulls that are like friendlier to people?
Yeah, like Bruiser, you can go back there in his holding pens and you can go scratch on him and like I've seen him lick somebody like a dog. Like,
Really? And then are there bulls that like if they buck you, they're going to try to stomp you out?
Yeah, there are some like that. For the most part, here in recent years, they've really gone away with. They're breeding away from the meanness and breeding more towards just them being athletes.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so there's a lot that goes into it.
I like that. So there's like, so if you're an asshole bull, they're probably not going to let you breed.
Unless you're a badass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then
Unless
it's
you're real
kind of,
badass,
all right.
yeah.
So then you can, so it's kind of like in sports, like the locker room cancer, you can deal with him if he's really good.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So
yeah.
if the bull's a true badass, he can be an asshole as well.
Yeah, exactly.
But the bulls that are not badasses, that are assholes, you're out.
Yeah.
Okay. What about the clowns? Are there still clowns?
We don't call them clowns.
Oh yeah. What do we call them?
Don't call them.
My man.
What do we call them again?
We call them bullfighters now. So the
that
guys
seems not right.
No,
Yeah.
they're not clowns.
They went from clowns to bullfighters.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
a come up!
Big
So-
blow up.
That's like going. That's like when like if you an accounting firm or a big like law firm and they just make everyone vice president.
Yeah.
It's like,
I'm partner.
how do they go bullfighter from clown?
So originally in rodeo, a rodeo clown, we have Flint in our arena. He's our entertainer. He cracks all the jokes and stuff. Originally in rodeo, the people that protect the cowboys, they also had to crack jokes and keep the crowd entertained.
Clowns.
So then they were actually clowns. Like they had to keep the crowd entertained. Then they had to protect the cowboy and go back and forth. Well, then some of the guys were like, "Well, I'm not funny. I just want to protect the cowboys."
Right.
So
Bullfighters.
they stopped telling jokes, and they just got one guy to start telling jokes, and then he became the rodeo clown per se, and then they're the bullfighters now. They save guys. They don't want to.
Yep.
They don't want to be called a clown. They don't want to be viewed as a joke.
So if I called them a clown, they get mad.
Some of them probably get mad. Some of them would just probably correct you as we just did.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's good to know. I'm learning about the sport. Yeah. Are those guys are they trying to also get on the tour, or like how does a path go for a bullfighter?
Yeah, bullfight. It goes a little bit different. So they have like what they call like freestyle bullfighting contest, and then they have all the amateur rodeos. So pretty much you just want to build up a reputation of being a badass bullfighter, and then eventually they'd buy their card just as we do in the PBR to be able to get in, and then they'll have to start trying to book jobs, and they'll work their way through the velocity, and then maybe get a call up and come to the Unleash the Beast level. And then also we vote at the end of the year, all of us bull riders, we vote on who we think should be the guys protecting us all year long.
So do you tip them out if you win?
No.
Really? It's not like a caddy situation
No.
where it's like, thank you for protecting us?
No, they get a pretty good salary from what I understand.
Okay.
But
probably not good enough.
Yeah,
'cause you're getting chased by a
they'd
bull.
never get paid enough.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
I
they're-
don't think it would hurt to slip them a little,
Yeah,
little
maybe
Benjamin
think about
Franklin at Christmas time. You
Well,
know?
they would probably. I mean, I'm not going to tell you how they react when you get bucked, but like they might go the extra mile when you're laying on the ground if Zeke had tipped them out at the end of the year. Just a
Yeah.
thought. I know personally, if I had a guy whose job was to make sure the bull didn't crush my skull in, I would take care of him.
Get him an Amazon gift card
Yeah.
at the very least around the
Get him a
holidays.
Yeti.
Yeah.
Like there's some things.
Amazon. I probably can. No, I can get the Amazon gift.
Yeah,
card.
Amazon gift
You
card.
just want to know that guy like has a little bit more of a connection to you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. No, speak for us. If I'm that guy and I get tipped out by one guy and I don't get tipped out by
Right.
the other, I'm going to be a half second quicker to your side.
Right.
Just naturally. Not saying I want anything to happen to you.
Yeah, but I'll stay in the ring a little bit longer to make
Yeah.
sure the bull goes after me.
You're my guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're a different breed. If y'all think bull riders are a different breed, they're tuned in and they're brain that there's only one thing that they're there to do, and they think if somebody is supposed to get carried out on a stretcher, somebody's supposed to die, then it's supposed to be them. Like, and that's how they feel after every bull. No matter.
You know what? The way you put that right there, I think that it's okay that they went from clown to bullfighters.
Yeah,
that's
no.
fair. That's
Yeah.
a fair
We don't say the C word
graduation.
anymore.
Yeah. I'm correcting my own language here.
Yeah, they'll tell you too.
Yeah.
We when we had Jess on, we were talking to him about just like the culture around rodeo. And one thing that's always been fascinating to me is the names of the bull riders. How many people named Cody do you know on tour?
There's at least 3 right off the top of my head.
Yeah, a lot of Codys.
Without even thinking about it.
What is it about the name Cody that just makes people become cowboys?
I don't know. I never thought of that as a cowboy name when I was growing up. I knew a lot of Codys then too, but I guess it's just a popular name around that time in life.
Are you the only Ezekiel?
Oh yeah.
It's a cool name too.
Yeah, there's only one. I mean, they say there's one in football, but I've never heard of him.
Ezekiel Elliott.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, he got fat.
What about initials?
Now he's skinny.
I feel like there's a lot of like JWs, JBs, JJs.
Yeah, I guess they don't like their real names, so
Yeah, I
they
don't
just
know.
shorten
I
it up.
feel like it's Cody's and then just throw a J and something else in there.
It's Cody's and then
Yeah.
others.
Yeah.
Cody's and then
They should do that for the All-Star game, how they do like second-year players versus rookies in basketball. Should be Cody's versus the world.
Yeah.
I mean, they'd have a lot. They'd have a lot of Codys.
Wait, so what are you ranked in the last? Is this? Oh, we got to get you up there.
Yeah,
We gotta
we're
get
way
you
behind.
higher.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're way behind.
Okay, we got to get you up there.
Do you have a nickname?
Blue, like the color.
Blue.
Okay.
Okay.
What about Physical?
Ezekiel.
Have you ever thought about like just working hard, getting in real good shape one summer, and then you show up, you got like an
You don't have
eight-pack
to do that.
Physical?
You
Ezekiel.
could stick with blue.
I think it's a good nickname, personally.
I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad. Probably not my first choice, but it's not bad.
All right, so I had one last question. So I can't believe it took us this long, but what's the worst injury? We got to know.
Man, I've been pretty dang blessed. If I had to say, yeah.
Knocking on wood for you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
If I had to say anything, it would be the groin. Like that was my worst injury I've had so far. I've been very blessed throughout my whole entire career to stay really healthy. That's why it's been so hard for me to kind of come back from it, because I ain't never experienced.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And the
so-
janky wrists.
And the janky wrist.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
that didn't
janky
help
wrist,
at
yeah.
all.
Groin injuries are tough, too, because they don't heal.
Yeah.
They never heal.
Yeah.
Like, it takes a long time because you have to be you can't walk across like a slippery floor without, just tweaking it a little bit. You got to give that thing some time off.
Yeah, I definitely still can feel it. It'll pull and stuff like that. It doesn't hurt really anymore, but you can just feel how tight it is, because it's pretty much just like a knot in there now, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm looking at these names right now. PBR's got some great names.
Yeah.
You got a Dakota Butter.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Boudreaux Campbell.
Yeah, that's my homie, Boudreaux.
Okay. Keyshawn Whitehorse.
That's my other homie.
Fuck, these guys are awesome. These are great
And those
names.
are real names.
Those are real names. Lonnie West, that's just a good name. That's a good bull. Stetson Wright, that's a good name. That sounds like a gun. All right, well, yeah, this has been awesome, man. We really appreciate it.
Dude,
So,
this has been awesome.
yeah,
I enjoyed it.
Hopefully you had fun, and we'll be watching. We're going to start becoming Blue fans, Zeke fans, Ezekiel fans.
Yeah, exactly.
And good luck with the rest of the season, man.
What's up next for you? What's the next event?
Newark this weekend.
Yeah.
Then after that, we head off to Deadwood, South Dakota.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Going to the mountains.
Everyone tune in for that. Yeah.
Yeah. Make
Thanks,
sure they're
man.
watching. Thank
Yeah.
y'all.
Ezekiel Mitchell is brought to you by Dude Wipes. Our great friends over at Dude Wipes are back. The show is brought to you by Dude Wipes. It's time to quit shitty, scratchy toilet paper and switch on over to Dude Wipes. Dude Wipes are extra large, flushable wipes made with plant-sourced fibers designed to give your butt a cleaner, more refreshing finish than toilet paper after dropping a deuce. Be prepared for any situation on or off the course with Dude Wipes. They come in at home and on-the-go options. They also have Dude Powder and Dude Shower Body Wipes, which are great products for those hot and sticky days on the course. Dude Showers are great. It's actually a good life hack to keep a pack of Dude Showers at the office, in your desk. Just run to the bathroom, wipe down the pits, wipe down the back, stomach, crotch, groin, whatever. Dude Showers will get you feeling fresher for the afternoon. You can find everything that they make on Amazon or Dude Wipes at Walmart or Target nationwide, or you can go to dudewipes.com. Use promo code TAKE15, get 15% off your whole order. Go to TAKE15, use promo code TAKE15 at dudewipes.com, get 15% off your entire order.
All right, let's wrap up the show. We've got Fire Fest of the Week to finish us off. Hank, would you like to start?
What was that?
Oh,
What does that mean?
oh.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, honestly,
Oh,
again, last time when I brought up the I prefaced it by saying, I don't actually have a Fire Fest. If I did one, that would be it. You took it extremely personally.
of course I did.
So personally,
Yep.
this is a real Fire Fest. I need to preface this with
Okay.
this is not a joke, haha. We're all just joshing around.
Okay.
Kelly Martin, you guys have heard talk about the show.
Yeah.
Me, Big Cat, PFT, especially me. Like, I'm on side conversations with her. I know you guys are too, but like, we're basically in communication every day, talking every day. When we bust balls with her, we kind of do it together. I deal with her sometimes even more in her team on my own day to day. Like, probably in terms of work relationships, one of the closest that's out there besides the people in this room.
Right.
She is getting married. Shout out to Kelly. Congratulations on getting married. You two took it upon yourselves to throw her party.
Excuse me? No.
No.
And
no,
I
no.
got no invitation, and Kelly was like, "Oh, I'm sorry you didn't make it to
No,
my party."
absolutely
And I was
not.
like, "What are you talking about?" She's like, "Oh, Big Cat and PFT didn't tell you. Look, they got me presents.
No,
No.
we were
she's
having
lying to you.
champagne."
She's
The fact-
trying to get presents from you, Hank.
my
She's
Fire
turned
Fe-
you against us
My Fire
that easily.
My Fire
She
Fest.
was holding
my
presents.
Fire Fest is
She was-
now that Hank is so gullible that he actually thought that you thought we got her presents. You thought we
Yes.
got her presents.
We still owe her a
No.
bag.
What happened was
She was holding a bag. That's why she was holding a.
Someone else got her presents.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Erica
Fire Fest
got her the
reverse.
present. Thank
Okay.
you. I'm
So,
also
low
offended,
you.
Big Cat, because it's so all it takes for Hank to turn on us is just a woman to tell him a lie, and then next thing you know, Hank's doing the la la las.
Well, in my defense, she was literally holding up. She's like, "Oh, I can't believe you missed the party. We were having we were drinking champagne."
She was hammered.
Holding up a bag and be like, "Oh, I can't believe Big Cat and She definitely pitted me against you guys, but she was like, "I can't believe."
That's a trick she used.
But she was holding the bags, which means I thought that you guys chipped in and got her a present and left me out of it, which made
No.
me look like an
No.
asshole, which
No.
I was actually somewhat upset about. That
No.
was not the
Not
case.
only-
Firefest reversed.
Not only
I take it back.
No, but double reverse it, because now I'm going to try to get her a present with PFT and
That's
keep
fine.
you out of it.
That's fine. If
Yes.
you guys do it as a joke, funny, haha, whatever.
Yes.
I thought this was all behind the scenes. Kelly was just like, "You missed the party," and I was like, "No one told me about the party."
No, it was. We had nothing to do with the planning. I went up there. I love Kelly. I'm very happy for her. I went up there for 10 minutes. I had one slice of pizza. I told 2 jokes, and then I left.
It wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't.
It wasn't our
much of a-
plan.
a
It wasn't
deal.
our plan.
You guys can admit though, if you guys got her a gift and I didn't know about it, that would be kind of somewhat
Yeah, but
messed
we would
up.
never have done that.
Okay, all right. I don't know.
That's the part that hurts.
Well, she was all right, but again,
This
I
is
physically
Kelly.
saw a gift bag.
This
She
is
got
Kelly
you.
trying
She
to
got
take
your ass.
advantage of
She
you.
did
Hank.
get
She
me.
got your ass. Like, that's something we would do to Kelly. She reversed it on you. Props to Kelly. That's a funny joke. You got his ass.
Yeah, she did.
All right.
Okay.
All right. My Firefest, I got by Kelly
You
Martin.
did.
And you also think that we're like out to get you and like.
Yeah, the fact that you went there so quickly mentally is concerning to me.
I didn't go there mentally. She was like, "What?" She told me, she was like, "Oh, there was a party." I was like, "What party?" And then we were in the Soulstream Stadium.
Actually,
We walked out to
sidebar,
her
Big Cat,
desk, and she
it's
showed me
possibility
the
that,
gifts.
that Kelly actually believes. She's like told herself the lie that we got her those gifts, and so she's like, "Wow, they did such a nice thing
from everyone.
They did such a nice thing for us." And then she went down and told Hank because she was feeling so good about herself.
Just wanted on the record, PFT and I did nothing nice in this situation.
Absolutely
for
nothing.
Kelly.
I walked up half a flight of stairs.
Yeah.
And then made a left.
I was late to the party.
Yeah, Big Cat.
And it was like a 10-minute party.
I thought Big Cat was going to be mad at me because I stopped in and he wasn't there.
I forgot that
I
was
left after
going on.
3 minutes,
Yeah.
and then Big Cat came in.
We did the Wallow and Gilly switch.
Yeah.
He left and I came in.
But
All
congrats
right.
to Kelly.
Yeah, congrats to Kelly. We love Kelly. We really do. And Hank, I got a bat in my hand. I'm gonna love you to death.
I also saw Hank in our latest YouTube video, the behind the scenes of last Thursday during the eye thing. They interviewed Hank behind the scenes, and he was like, "Yeah, you know, like PFT takes his glasses off, and it's like, oh." That's his thing. That
He's
he
just
does.
addicted to the sound.
He's addicted to the.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
my best impression.
Yeah. Okay.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. All right, PFT.
My Firefest is future me got present me into a situation that I forgot about for the last month and a half, but I'm going to have to pay the piper next weekend, and it's probably not going to be pretty. I said about a year and a half ago,
I know what this is.
2 years ago,
Yeah, you're playing.
that I was done playing rugby after the tournament
Yeah.
up in Lake Placid, which I did not get injured in, but I did get run over by a 21-year-old that was built like Rob Gronkowski. And I got talked into signing up to playing in another rugby game next weekend. Not this weekend, but next. And so kind of forgot about it.
I think you secretly want to do it.
Kind of forgot about
After
it.
2 years ago.
Yeah, I think
would
you
have to
secretly
agree.
want to do it.
That you think I secretly wanted to do it after
No, yeah, I think you. I think you want to play, which is okay.
Not really.
okay.
I got talked
Future
into it
you wanted to
because
play, that's fair.
Future me wanted to play.
Yes.
Present me did not, but it's also like a memorial weekend for a guy that went to my college and was like the big benefactor of the rugby team. And so I got guilted into wanting to go, which I'm happy to do.
Can you send Billy?
Send Billy.
Billy, do you want to go?
No.
Billy's
Nice,
out.
Billy. Good job.
So if I come back the weekend after the 16th
You're
in
only
some
you
sort
to
of cast, I'm only myself to blame.
Yeah,
but
past you to blame.
my goal is to just play 20 minutes and not get injured.
Oh, just 20 minutes.
I'll be happy. I'll be happy with that.
20 minutes is a long time.
Yeah, running clock. Real
Long
man's game.
time. All right, my Firefest is I got the flu vaccine and my arm hurts. Real big Firefest this week.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, Lib.
Yeah, we got the flu. You got it too.
I know.
We both got
in my
it.
left wing.
Yeah, me too. Anyone else? Anyone
Never.
else?
I would never.
No?
No. You don't know what's in that shit.
Oh,
No,
my
that one's a
God.
real vaccine.
Oh, all right, Billy. Also, my future me, I mean, that root canal that I was so excited about on Wednesday, that is going to happen.
Eventually,
That is
yeah.
gonna suck. Yeah, that is going to suck. All right, go ahead, Billy.
I'm addicted to cookies and making cookies.
Is this the milk? Is this because you have
It's
unlimited
'cause of
milk
the
now?
It's the milk. It's like a milk. The milk. I go buy the milk, and then right next to the milk is the cookie dough.
Yeah.
And I've sort of.
Wait,
been
you're
just-
making your own
I'm
cookies?
making my own cookies.
Can you?
Make you guys some cookies?
Why wouldn't
Haven't
you?
brought
No,
any
because
in
this is
for
what
the
I
family.
do. It's actually really awesome. I take how they come in squares.
This is going to not be awesome.
Cookies
For the-
but then
this
I
is
make-
like a spot-
Wait, Billy, do you-
5 minutes
you know-
later,
you
it's
Do you
not
buy
awesome.
Chessman cookies in the Pepperidge Farm thing and then put those in the oven?
Right. Wait. No. I get the cookie dough.
Billy,
Okay.
And then
I'm going to give
instead
you
of
a,
making
hold
small
on.
cookies, I make 4 gigantic cookies, and then
That's
I
pretty cool.
bake them,
But wait,
and then I make them gooey, and then I eat one, but then I put the rest in the fridge, and then I eat one a night, and warm it up in the air fryer.
but why wouldn't you want to like? I guess it's a personal taste. So I personally do not like. I like crispy cookies.
Well, you make the thing about the big cookies, you can get the outside
Okay.
crispy,
All right. You know what?
and then the inside gooey.
I take it back. That is awesome.
It is awesome.
Yeah. There it is. That's awesome. The Billy's Giant Cookies. So can you bring us some? Bring us all
Come
one.
over- if you come over-
Sunday when we all watch football, it'd be nice if we all had a Billy's Giant.
What about
cookie.
tonight?
You want to go make them?
I'll make a bunch
Okay.
of cookies tonight.
How
if you guys
big,
come
how
over.
big
I
are
would
we
love
talking
for you
about
to
here,
have-
Billy?
What?
How big are we talking about?
Bigger than your head, dude.
Like pizza size?
Yeah.
Like
Fucking
Billy's-
sauces.
that's
Billy's
not
now
that big,
showing
Billy.
the size of an average cookie.
Absolute
Now
fucking
it's gone back
sauces.
to not awesome.
This?
It needs to be much bigger than that. If you're
All right,
calling
we'll
it a
judge
giant cookie, it has to be
Well,
like
it's 4.
pizza
I mean,
size.
it's a 4th.
That's
Why
like
don't
a
you just
Frisbee.
get
Frisbee.
here's
You want
what
me to
already
make
heard
a
us judge
cookie
'em.
pizza?
Yeah, get 4 of them, and then make 4 giant like cookies, like pizza-sized cookies.
You've already heard us judge.
Well, no, bring. I want you to bring the ones that you've been making in tonight.
He's gonna bring them.
Okay.
If
Wow.
we just come over to my house.
No, we're not coming over your house for cookies. You can bring them. Are you gonna bring them?
Maybe.
That's a no.
Such a no. All right, Jake, finish this up.
So next weekend, I'm heading down to Baton Rouge for the Florida LSU game.
Same.
I know you guys have been before. I was very much looking forward to my first Death Valley Under the Lights experience. 11 a.m. start announced.
Yikes.
That's
So-
tough.
Shout out our guy Coach O.
I'm still
He
very
did not-
excited.
He did not say that he wanted to kill that guy on the radio.
But even if he did, I think he was well within his rights.
He didn't say that. So
Yeah.
everyone chill out.
And I know you guys went to a night game. I was looking forward to a night game. They
Well, we
usually
went
play
to-
night games.
We went to a night game. They didn't score a touchdown.
Okay, but
Yeah, if you
They
get a
didn't score a
touchdown, that'd be
point,
nice.
actually.
11 a.m. local
What
time.
time are you gonna have to get up to start tailgating for that? I think they're not going to go to sleep in Baton Rouge. I think they're going to get started the night before.
No, I used to have to do 11 a.m.s in college because,
Madison's
Midwest
1
time,
hour,
yeah.
yeah.
And they would always do the noon kickoff. There was
Yeah.
11 a.m. local time. It's brutal. I know that this sounds very ridiculous to complain about, but it would be like go to sleep at 3, wake up at 8, try to stomach a couple beers, and go to the game.
But isn't Death Valley known for the night games?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that's what. So
Yeah.
I'm going for my brother's bachelor party. So I'm going with like 10 kids from Massachusetts who don't even care
Is your
about
brother
college
marrying
football.
Kelly?
No, she's not. He's getting
Oh.
married in February.
We should get him a gift
Yeah.
and not tell Hank.
Yeah.
He should.
Get a set of golf clubs.
But it's like when you obviously schedule it in the summer. You're like, oh, LSU, Florida, October, perfect. At least it will be like the 3:30.
Yeah, the 2:30 local time. And the worst part is last week was the 8 p.m. kickoff.
I know.
Local time, which is like then you have all day to party.
Yeah.
Damn.
So-
Are you
And
guys?
now it's like I
all
don't
right.
know what we're gonna do after. The
Well,
game.
here's the only. I'll give you a spin zone. It is when you go to a game 11 a.m. local time. It does feel like you have 2 Saturdays because you have pregame game Saturday, then you have a little bit of a lull, maybe drink a little afterwards at a tailgate, and then you have a going out Saturday. So you
think-
basically have 2 full days in one.
I think you even have enough time maybe to sneak in an afternoon nap.
Yeah, I used to
After
nap.
they
I used to
get
do the nap from like 4 to like 6 and then go back
Yeah,
out.
that's
The
perfect.
7
timing.
a.m. start is tough.
Are you guys planning on meeting up at all?
Yeah, we'll probably go to
Yeah.
Fred's together.
Yeah?
Let's meet up.
Yeah?
Jake, you're gonna get.
I'm going with my family, so
Perfect.
Are you?
Yeah.
Are you gonna be
Same.
turnt? You gonna be
Yeah.
front?
yeah, we'll see.
Oh,
I'm gonna get Jake blacked.
Whoa!
you should roofie Jake.
Pause.
Yeah,
I was so excited to say pause there.
yeah,
Yeah.
but not pause because
But-
like it's a very fine
Yeah.
website.
It'll still be a fun
Love is
weekend.
love.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see everything down there.
Okay. Good Firefest. Jake.
I'm not even gonna
Well,
speak it into
well,
existence.
say it.
No,
Say it.
no.
Say it.
I'm not.
Say it.
I'm not gonna speak it into
Please
existence.
say it.
I don't want.
You have to say it now.
I don't want to.
Say it.
You can't stop saying something.
If LSU loses this weekend and then they lose that game to Florida, it's gonna be tough scenes in Death Valley on that Saturday afternoon.
Correct.
Yes.
That's
But I
It will.
strike that from the record. Now that I've said
stricken.
it.
That's fair. Stricken from the record. Never said. But yes, you are correct.
As far as I'm
also-
concerned, Coach O deserves to stay there for the rest of his life.
Job for life.
I have a group Firefest. We are not seeing Marlins Man this October.
Oh, I
behind the
know.
What's wrong?
He banged up his knee. You
Yeah,
didn't
he
see
can't
that?
travel.
No, is he all right?
Dude, he's got a fucking huge brace on his knees, laying in bed with all his pussies.
You sure it's not his shoulder?
No, it's his knee.
So all
I
that
see.
orange you see behind Houston's home plate.
They're doing
Yeah.
that in
Not
tribute
Marlins
for
Man.
Marlins Man.
I think he
That's
texted
awesome.
everyone-
Everybody that's sitting behind home plate these playoffs, we're all wearing orange for Marlins Man. Okay.
Yes. All right, everyone. Good luck this weekend. Billy.
Little recap.
Yeah.
They think they found the Zodiac killer. He's passed away, but
So how's that a recap? A recap of what?
You
I
guys
don't know,
haven't
these-
noticed this. He does this every time.
what?
He's doing a sheet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
got
No,
it.
but
Go off
it's
on
just very
Zodiac.
fun. Okay. The recaps I've been trying to do them. Been
Yeah,
slacking lately.
keep
trying to
going.
just
That's
bring
okay.
stuff. I have
You've
nothing
been
to
doing a great
recap.
job otherwise, except for the big cookie.
But turns out the guy used to write reviews of serial killer documentaries.
Oh.
I kind of like
And-
that though. Like who else? Who else would you go to
So-
for a serial killer review?
Well, this guy Gary F. Post, who they think was the Zodiac killer, he wrote on the hunt for Ted Bundy.
awful. Would give less than 1 star if I could. Ted Bundy is wildly overrated.
Yeah, I mean,
That sounds
I get it.
like you. That sounds like some PFT commenter would say.
Like I would rate serial killers.
Yeah.
On,
But like
on
this,
Yelp.
this guy was like this
1
guy-
star would not get murdered by again. The service was terrible.
Ted Bundy was overrated. Is wild.
Yeah, as a killer.
wild.
I mean,
He didn't beat anyone.
He actually is overrated.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
only
he's
because
good
some
looking.
some people thought he was hot, and then
Well, and he also broke
Zac
out of jail,
Efron
so that gets some.
served as his own lawyer.
Yeah, breaking out of jail gets at least some credit.
I don't know. I don't think he's the GOAT. I think I agree with this comment by Post.
No, it's fucking John Wayne Gacy. That fuck.
Horseshoe crabs bleed blue.
John Wayne Gacy killed like
A lot.
dozens, right?
A lot of kids.
But
Right?
but that's kind of like playing an inferior opponent. He beat up on safety schools.
I'm out of this conversation.
6'9".
98.
Give me an 8.
6.
John Wayne Gacy ain't played nobody, Paul.
By the
All he
way,
did was murder some 12-year-olds.
They supposed to be SEC, Paul.
I've gone
97.
all the way from 1 to 99. I'm now reversing it.
50, 16, 80, and 89 out of play.
That's 98.
44. I'm convinced 97's not in there.
We'll have to do an audit. Audit the Fed. I've got all the documents.
Oh, 44 is the first timer.
Whoa.
We still have like
How many
13 left. 13 or 14.
That would be a big moment.
When we finish it.
Should we take bets over under when we're gonna finish this?
Yeah,
thing
but
off?
think about it. It's gonna eventually be
Oh, yeah.
a 1% chance of getting
Good point.
one of those.
We're not.
So-
That's not our strong
We're not
suit.
math guys.
Yeah. Love you guys.